Hogarth dancing left and right all the way through. Hogarth tight for a strike. Still not away and fired in. Courtney Carr finally gets the breakthrough for Uddingston and they lead for the first time. Sea of blue on the edge of the D, plenty of target to aim for. Again though, it's Campbell, driven strike and in.
Hello and welcome to our UDDY TV broadcast, the Scottish Cup match between our Ladies Ones and Inverleith. My name is Alistair Condy and today we are joined by Emma Reid. Welcome, Emma.
Thank you, Ali.
How are you doing today?
Excited to make my debut on UDDY TV, I have to say.
Well, before we get started with our cup games today, we're just going to have a look back at yesterday's L1's match and some highlights from that game. That was a great game yesterday. I think me, Stephen and Finn and Jack were quite excited as the game came towards an end. But before we get into today's game, we'll have a look back at the results, starting with Uddingston. Obviously, that result from yesterday, just losing by 1 goal to Western at the end. Obviously, that Watsonians game still in their minds at 11-0, but when you're coming against top of the league as they are right now, it's always going to be a tough game. We'll now have a look at Inverleith's recent results. Inverleith coming in with quite fresh legs today. Yesterday's game against Glasgow University being postponed. Inverleith, though, struggling to get off the mark so far this season. That 17-0 against Edinburgh Uni really standing out. Now, Emma, you look at the results that Uddingston and Inverleith have had. How do you think Uddingston will be feeling coming in towards this game?
Like off the back of yesterday, the result against Wildcats was actually outstanding for them. On paper, up against a top 3 sides. That's not a result they should have got, but they did, and they've done really, really well to get that. So they've played some really, really good hockey over the last few weeks, and they've built from that 11-0 loss from Watsonians. And if they play like they did yesterday, they're not going to have any issues today. Yeah, and our team lines for today, Uddingston's team remains unchanged from that 4-3 defeat yesterday, hoping to capitalise on a fantastic result against the second in the league, coming up against Inverleith. Inverleith's team as well, looking strong, but coming into this game, being a cup game, it always can change people's mindset. What do you think Coach Gareth will be telling the girls coming into this game? I think he'll be telling them to just keep basics strong, to focus on their game plan, to not let their level drop to any standard that they hold themselves at. So it's a cup game, so anything can happen. Yeah, we've been speaking, especially the past couple of games, about the tempo from both the Gents and Ladies Uddingston side. You see just the final words of encouragement coming into this cup match. Obviously from an Udding perspective, we're hoping for a good result, but hopefully for any neutrals, we're looking for another good game. Yesterday's was very end-to-end and quite enjoyable to watch. Made our life easier up here at UDDY TV. And obviously, if you want to find anything else from across Uddingston, we can have a look at our socials. We have obviously Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and now our new TikTok account, all being at Uddy Hockey, and obviously Uddingston Hockey Club on Facebook. We are posting lots of behind the scenes footage, as well as the results and everything else going on at the club to do with youth hockey, and I'll quiz you more on youth hockey as the day goes on. Terrific. And yeah, so if you've come from our socials, obviously make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel here, and make sure to follow our socials, and obviously as well Inverleith Hockey, if anyone's coming from there, to follow their team as well. Hopefully some exciting things coming up as we head towards Christmas, but we're just waiting for the teams to get themselves set. Umpires getting themselves across the pitch as well. We're seeing our Anna becoming the ball girl for today. I think that's quite good words there. I don't know if Mike's able to pick that up, but Darcy just saying we play our hockey. I think that's good from our captain here, just to make sure the team are playing their own hockey and not getting drawn into a game that they're playing against Inverleith here. It's Olivia Millen to get the game underway for Uddingston here. Just Uddingston setting themselves out. How important, Emma, do you feel that the first kind of 5 minutes of this sort of game are to the overall? Yeah, the first 5 minutes of a game can be crucial because, if you lapse in concentration, anything could happen. Goals could be let go that maybe shouldn't have. But then also you're there to set the tone for the game. So if you can go out and set the tone for the game, then that's perfect. Yeah, we just saw Darcy there playing that ball through the middle. We saw a lot of that yesterday from both sides. Those balls kind of being able to get through the middle. We're able to create some really good chances for both sides. I'm not sure if any were capitalised on, but definitely put pressure on both defences. Inverleith respond to the same from a ball, landing on one of their sticks instead though. Playing down this right hand channel and just leaving Kirsty Stick there to go out. Inverleith sideline inside 25.
Inverleith making the first into the D for this game. Darcy there, strong tackle to win the foot just at the top of the D, allowing Uddingston to reset up their structure. Gareth wants a bit more height in the game, just to stretch it out. Unlike there from Darcy, good ball through the middle, it's just not come off the next pass, just Lucy putting a wee bit too far onto it.
And that's exactly the kind of passes that you want, Ali, like back into the middle and then outside again to try and draw in their players and create space.
Definitely kind of puts more pressure on the midfield more than anything else, because it's making them work more than anything else. Uddingston here just setting up quite a high press. Saw Western do it against us today. Levy would put pressure on, steal the ball. Landing on a stick, getting into the D. Clean shot away. Nice save from the keeper to put it out for a long corner. Positive start though for Uddingston.
Lovely turn from Zaf in the circle there to get a shot away on a reverse.
It was really good teamwork as well, getting Liv able to kind of steal the ball and Zaf able to then take it in towards the D. Darcy here moving the ball towards D, just off an Inverleith stick. Uddingston still in control of the ball though. Just needing to find that pass into the D, into that stick. Don't know if Liv was expecting the ball there to bounce up, unfortunately just mistrapped, giving Inverleith a chance to relieve themselves of the pressure here. But Uddingston showing some good signs of attack as the game gets started. So Inverleith are able to respond here, moving themselves up. And get a shot away. Very able to save it and just puts it over the back, giving both teams a small bit of respite as the game gets underway here, just to get another ball in.
A very brave save from Verity there. That's right at her body and she saved it with her hand, so really good.
I never know how they do it when the ball's coming directly at them. I don't know how people become a goalkeeper in this sport sometimes.
No, it's terrifying at times.
And really thought just now with a long corner here. Lots of pressure coming from the Uddingston players. Just hand on the back from Lexi, dragging the attention of the umpires. Lots of very crunchy tackles in that top D, but Kirsty able to get the ball out safely into Lexi down this right-hand channel, or left-hand channel, I should apologise.
It's actually good umpiring from Tara. There was lots of noise, but there wasn't a huge amount in it, so yeah, good to let the game play.
I should say Emma being our chief umpire. So can I start using that?
I don't know if that's quite accurate.
We're going to start calling you chief now, that's it.
Oh no, please don't.
We're coming to you throughout the game, I'm sure, to describe or explain umpires' decisions to help our viewers at home understand some of the confusing rules of hockey. I think it's a nice way to put it sometimes.
Yeah, that's probably not far off it.
It's always a tough job as an umpire, especially in games like this where there is a lot of pressure for both sides who are wanting a win out of it, to keep your cool and umpire as you would usually.
Yeah, totally.
See Uddingston is able to get his ball, find the next pass. Unfortunately, just not landing onto an Inverleith stick. They're able to make use of Uddingston putting some bodies ahead into attack, but Kirsty just keeping the pressure on, getting some jab tackles in. Good teamwork from the Uddingston girls there to just thwart that attack coming from Inverleith. I think Inverleith there had more numbers on that attack than Uddingston had defenders, so
yeah, Kirsty did well there to break her down on the sideline.
Yeah, I feel like Kirsty's always got a very cool head on, especially in any sort of situation, so able just to keep calm and continue.
She does, yep.
Lexi here just bring this ball across. Well taken down there at this edge of the D. Fantastic save from the Inverleith keeper. Unfortunately, on the feet of her own player, giving us our first short corner of the day.
It really was a brilliant save. It was right going in that bottom corner. The goalkeeper stepped out really well.
Really nice dive as well. It was confident, which is like what you see from a keeper. Gives us a chance though to see what Uddingston have in our pocket when it comes to short corners. Saw a goal come from one yesterday.
Yeah, that was a lovely routine from Lucy.
I did say I want to steal it from my own team. I quite liked it. It was that first time slap was gorgeous. So definitely Something that might be getting done again here. You can see loosen up far side, but two castles again at the top.
Okay, so so I think it's Lexi has broken the line at the short corner at the top of the circle, which then means that the injector needs to go to the halfway line and they have to swap.
I'm glad you were here to notice that. I didn't see a breaking line, so I was sitting going, I don't know what's happened here. Just throws a bit of confusion in, I think, for the Uddingston players into that short, not coming to anything. Just takes pressure a wee bit off for Inverleith.
Yeah, that was lucky for them, I think.
Fantastic pressure from Zap. Just not able to get that shot away. Earning Uddingston no. Second short corner in very quick succession. Was that for it being stuck in the keeper's pads?
Yeah, it was actually very unlucky. The goalkeeper went to clear it and unfortunately she just couldn't get the ball out of her pads in time.
It's an unlucky one for the keeper. You always think that those pads are just, they're ball magnets sometimes, I think you see in these games. But gives Uddingston here a chance to maybe make better use of this short corner. Make use of the routine they possibly want to use for that last one before the injector had to get sent to the halfway line. Again, you're seeing these two castles set up right at the top.
That was a lovely finish.
Fantastic goal. That takes Uddingston to 1-0.
I have to say, lovely advantage from the umpire because it did actually hit an Inverleith foot on the post. So really nice and a great work goal from the Uddy girls.
Yeah, fantastic. Good straight strike from Darcy to start it off, hitting that Inverleith foot. And then both the girls working their way to get that goal. Very well finished. Takes Uddingston 1-0 up. Nice and early in the first quarter, but obviously still long time the game to go. Inverleith have shown signs of danger as they've moved their way up these channels here. But Uddingston able just to regain possession here on this left hand side. Take a wee bit of speed out the game to break it down. That's what you want, though, and a goal early in the first quarter settles some nerves especially and shows that your short corner routines can work.
Yeah, this is exactly how they will have wanted to start this quarter.
Again coming off a foot from Inverleith, just allowing Uddingston to push that wee bit higher. Defence able to bring it up over the halfway line. Darcy finding that ball through the middle, just coming off an Inverleith stick first. Amelia making work of it. Lucky just coming into the stick tackle there to give the ball away. A foul for Inverleith. Those balls through the middle are really working to kind of completely cut out both midfields and just go straight towards the attack.
Yeah, it was working well yesterday as well, and I think it was down to the way that the other teams press, but
You're seeing
Darcy has a lovely disguise on her sweep, and it really does work well.
Yeah, you never actually know where it's going. I think that's what it confuses, the kind of that first line, and then it goes straight through the middle with the kind of power she's able to get behind it, which is, it worked well against a team like Western yesterday. It's good to see it being used again today, and I think you saw Western try it as well yesterday. So it's obviously a tactic teams are trying to use more often. You see Inverleith here just with a 16 after that shot from Lucy, unfortunately just coming off the sideboards. Uddingston here just keeping a good amount of pressure on Inverleith just to kind of force some mistakes up in this kind of in their own defending 25 to try and see if they can fish out another goal in this first quarter. You're seeing here just putting a lot of pressure on that centre back. Unfortunately just giving away a foul in the end, but just making a bit more work for this defence to try and get us ball at 16. Something we saw Western try yesterday against Uddingston. Missed trap ball, allows Uddingston just to get themselves into D. And a second goal. Really well worked goal from that Inverleith mistake. Gives Uddingston number 2 to 2-0 in this first quarter.
Lovely unselfish bit of play there from Hasia just to pass it on to Zaf. Really nice.
It's good to see the teamwork between the two of them. I think we've seen that a couple of times throughout this game, but just them able to pass the ball on. I thought Hash was going to go for the shot at first, so it's always good when you see them working out that pathway better to get that first shot away. Uddingston again getting this ball under control to keep pressure on for Inverleith. Inverleith just starting to look a wee bit more disorganised with the pressure that's been coming on in this first quarter. Just needing to find their rhythm a wee bit more. This ball coming for Christie up this right hand side. Unfortunately just not landing on Maisie's stick, and Inverleith are able to bring the ball back down.
Yeah, it's looking a wee bit congested for Inverleith at the moment. I don't think they've quite found their rhythm, like you say, but some teams can take a quarter to warm up before they can get going, so all to play for.
Yeah, I think you could definitely see that when there was kind of a ball over on that right hand side, and it was just a wee bit of a kind of stramash for Inverleith players, not able to find their marking and allowed Uddingston to put this ball round. But Inverleith as well setting up a high press still, not letting their heads go down when they're 2-0 down, still wanting to keep their own game plan, try and keep pressure high as both teams are. Bit of a raised ball there, but umpires letting game play on.
There was nobody within 5 metres, to be honest with you, so I can't see where the danger was.
And Uddingston just giving away short corner. Ball was out of the back. There was no very easy decision to make for the umpire. Ball could not go in any other direction. And really they're making good use of the kind of confusion, I think, from Uddingston for that original hit, just to make their way around that baseline. Now we'll get to see Inverleith with their short corner routine. Obviously we saw Western yesterday score 2 fantastic shots actually off the bottom left corner. Let's wait to see how Inverleith set themselves up here.
Only one castle, which is interesting.
Yeah, very different from what we've seen from previous teams. Really good save there from Verity after strong straight strike catch in the top. It was well worked into the corner. Good save from Uddingston, able to now allow themselves to set themselves back up. I feel you don't see often in Premiership hockey just one castle being set up in a short. It's something we do more in kind of the West District or at uni level, but not something you see very often from these teams. See Maisie control this ball, it's alone up in the line. Amelia just going over her stick.
It was very unlucky. We could pick up from Maisie because it was awkward right in at her feet. But yeah, no, the short corner routine. If you don't have 2 castles, it's quite obvious where you're going.
You saw there Maisie as well. We kind of talked about that unselfish play earlier. She didn't try and go for glory. She tried to find that next pass. I think it's a testament to the Uddingston team here, working well together to find these passes. You see Lily now driving this baseline, finding the next pass. Amelia winning a foot just on the edge of the D. Uddingston making themselves a nuisance of themselves up in this D to annoy the Inverleith defence. This ball gets driven in for Lexi to take a shot. Just going wide on the left hand side. And Uddingston having lots of space here though to take kind of big swing hits at the top of the D.
Yeah, the marking maybe isn't as tight as Inverleith want it to be. You know, to be able to get a shot away at top D at this level is a rare thing. So
Inverleith here just seem to be struggling to find a wee bit of a rhythm from their defence up way. They have been strong up front, getting some outcomes with that short, but just not able to get out their own half here again. So you're just making a nuisance. Kirsty's able to get herself strong, stick down. It's a very indoor move, stick flat and get the ball away.
I hear Kirsty's an excellent indoor player.
Doesn't surprise me, I think she'd be fantastic indoor.
She quite often at training will do some indoor moves, and people have been saying that she's going to be great when she gets started with the indoor season. So
no nonsense, that's what we like, that's what indoor is.
Absolutely.
See Inverleith here, able to set himself up for a long corner. Just transfer this ball all the way around. Just not coming off the stick of the Inverleith player. I think a wee bit of nerves are still hanging around for Inverleith, struggling to find a wee bit of a rhythm into this game.
Yeah, Inverleith have had like a mixed bag of results as well, and obviously to go out and lose the way they did to Edinburgh Uni. It's a hard one to recover from, so they'll be trying to get used to the surface of it being bobbly, but also just getting their confidence again.
And what sort of difference does a surface like this make to teams that aren't used to it?
Oh, it's massive.
See Inverleith here though, making their way into the D, winning another short. Yeah, I think as Uddingston is known for being quite a bouncy pitch, and I think it can be hard to get used to.
Yeah, I mean, Inverleith's pitch there's practically no bounce on it at all. The ball pretty much dies when it does bounce on it. So this will be a big change for them. 3D skills, lifted balls, upright traps, it's totally different.
See again, no, this time changing it up though, we've got 2 castles set up for the Inverleith short corner routine here. Moving into this left slip. And finding that goal to bring it down, back to 2-1. First I was thinking that there was a wee bit of confusion because the ball kind of came straight to the player not really ready for the trap, but able to make the best for that left slip and just falling under Verity there.
Sometimes the missed trap ones are the ones that work out the best, but it was a good finish from the girl. Yeah,
brings Inverleith right back into this game. We said right at the start, it's very early doors, only been the first quarter. Obviously our clock here on UDDY TV is not synced to the umpires, and there has been a couple of time stoppages, so although it says it's 17.5, there's still just a wee bit left here for Inverleith to make another attack. First is just a bit too high. That's the end of the first quarter. Umpire has signalled 2-1 here in Uddingston to Uddingston in this Scottish Cup match. So back to him. What will Gareth be trying to tell the girls now? They've obviously just lost that goal right at the end of the quarter. What's the sort of things you want to say?
I think it will be very much that the one goal that they have scored is not reflective of how the Inverleith team have been playing and the pressure they've been putting on. That's the thing about short corners. It can take one routine and that's 2 or 3 goals up like we saw yesterday. But I think it will be very much just to keep the engines going, keep putting the pressure on, and actually just sticking to their game plan, because from what you can see in this first quarter, it's definitely working.
Yeah, and I think Inverleith just wanting to have this bit more time on the ball. I think they've been having so much pressure on their defence that kind of wee mistakes we made. We saw the second goal coming from just that kind of hospital pass across the pitch that allowed Uddingston to capitalise. I think the coach here for Inverleith is just going to be trying to look to get the girls a wee bit more confident, get the nerves shaken out, and have a try and find their rhythm a bit more. We did say though that they have had really good attacks, and obviously that came. Their second short corner gave them a goal, but I think Uddingston here will be looking to try and capitalise on more of their attacks and the pressure that they have been kind of piling onto Inverleith's defence, definitely. Yeah,
Inverleith have done well actually in their attacks that they have had. They've found good space and they've managed to get their outcomes. 2 short corners in 1 quarter is definitely something positive to take.
One thing I think as well, when you look here at this Inverleith team, it's quite similar to Uddingston in terms of it's quite a young looking team. I think we've said this a lot here at Uddingston, that both our ladies and gents teams are quite young, with quite a lot of our youth players kind of coming through the ranks. I think you can see that in Inverleith, but definitely a team that's able to work well together. A lot quieter though than it was yesterday. I think Western were a very loud team and Uddingston were able to match that, just not as loud, but you're still hearing the same sort of encouragement coming from both sides.
Yeah, yesterday's game was particularly loud. I watched the game back myself and you could hear pretty much everything that was being said on the pitch.
As soon as you have, I was saying on yesterday's stream, I'm a Kaz Cuthbert super fan. As soon as you have her on the pitch, I can just remember from old Scotland matches, you just hear her shouting no matter where she was.
Yep.
I think that brings energy to any game. Inverleith's just, again, that ball bobbling over the stick after taking the aerial down. Inverleith here stepping themselves quite high, and Uddingston just trying to stretch this game. Quite a few players further up this line. Darcy's able to play up onto Zaf's stick, who's able to just drive this baseline a wee bit. Just looking for this bit of support from the rest of our team. Able to get the ball into the D. Inverleith not just about able to clear the lines. But all it seems to be is blue shirts, but able to win the foul there. To just alleviate themselves of that pressure.
Yeah, Inverleith slightly changed their press. They're sitting quite high now, which is a risk because it leaves more space somewhere else on the pitch.
Kind of a bit of a risky ball there, I think, to that player in the line. That's the centre back in me talking. But still, just able to get this on this left hand line. The player just unmarked here for Uddingston. Lucy though able to make herself known and get that ball, and able to clear up the lines, but Inverleith trapping the ball, putting pressure straight back on Uddingston, running through the middle. Just looking for an outcome here for Inverleith. Unfortunately can't find Uddingston winning the foul there inside the D.
I think we maybe got a wee bit lucky there with that one. Inverleith looked like they were ready to put their numbers forward.
Definitely a turn in pace. You saw that ball was taken down kind of just in front of us here at the halfway line and was just ran straight. Yeah, I think that's the Uddy sideline mentioning what we said. It's a much quieter game. Just getting that, wanting to get the chat up a bit more.
Yeah.
That pressure again working. Liv on the ball, able to move up. Just finding the foot of the Inverleith player. Just not stopping the ball before moving on. Just allows Inverleith though bring themselves defence back here. Get some players behind the ball. So just playing it back, playing sensible, not wanting to lose the ball. Darcy able to find Lily out in this left hand line. Lily, yes, I think was a key player to some of our attacks, able to use her skill to get herself up the line. You can see it here. She's able to make her way into the D. Just trying to find Lexi here on this baseline.
It's a lovely piece of skill from Lexi on the baseline there, just to pop the ball over that Inverleith stick. She does that very well.
Lucy taking quick ball here, dancing her way through players. And Hasher here taking the shot. And lucky just coming off that side of the goal. Again, no, lots of pressure and lots of chances here for Uddingston. Again, able to get that kind of clean shot away, just want that wee bit more on target.
Yeah, lots of positive pressure from Uddy. The girls look like they have a determination to score and to win, so that's definitely a positive.
And each part of the team's working together. That defence is stepping up with the entire team, and I think that's what's just piling that pressure on even more.
Absolutely.
Again, looking for that straight ball through onto Uddy's stick. Able to get a shot away. I thought that was going in there. You just saw the ball going flying. Fortunately, just going down the left-hand side again.
Oh, again, straight to an Uddy stick.
Lexi there, able to win another Uddingston short corner, but Inverleith just seem to be rushing a bit in this 16 to try and clear the ball. Instead, it's just going straight twice in a row into an Uddy stick.
For me, that's very interesting from an umpiring perspective, because Lexi was one-on-one there with their goalkeeper, and I firmly believe that should have potentially been a penalty stroke, because it was an automatic breakdown and she was one-on-one. So I think the girls are maybe a little bit unlucky there to not come away with something more than a short corner.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. It was in my head, but I wasn't too sure.
We actually have a card. We have a green card there given to that girl, by the looks of it.
So first green card of the game, quite early into quarter two. But gives Uddingston another chance here to work in their short corner. Inverleith now though, just trying to sort themselves back out now, having a defender carded, just needing to resort their lines. You see again Uddingston, their two castles set up. Lucy on that far left hand side. That's how we saw the goal going yesterday. Ball goes out for Darcy, and that left up to Liv. It just bobbles over her stick that wee bit. Able to get the clean shot away though. Strong tomahawk and kept it flat. It's a fantastic skill from Olivia Mullen, able to get Uddingston their third goal from that short corner.
It was a lovely finish from Liv. I think in that routine they normally get Liv to drag flick it after it's been slipped, but it just bobbled, and she was very composed and finished it nicely.
It's good to see the kind of the versatility there, especially to be able to just kind of keep calm under the pressure and still be able to take that shot away. Uddingston back in control of the ball over on that left-hand side. Inverleith just setting themselves up a wee bit deeper on the pitch, but still able to get the ball off of Josie and move their way up this left-hand side. Continuing this pressure towards into the D. Number 7 just making work of it, trying to find an outcome here. Able to get the ball across and onto the foot of Lily in the centre of the D. Wins Inverleith. Another short corner in quick succession after Uddingston's. Unlucky there, I think, from Uddingston. Just Inverleith had set themselves up a wee bit deeper. I think Josie just took a step too far, allowing Inverleith to steal that ball. We now just see Inverleith able to set himself back up for another short corner here.
I think it's always difficult to adjust to when a team like Inverleith, who started to press very hard, adjusted their press mid-quarter. Maybe a bit caught off by that.
Again, just the one castle set up here. Not going for the straight hit. Lily able to make herself out there and get the first tackle away, but Inverleith still able to make good use of that to get themselves a second goal. Lily had managed to get herself out that first runner, but I think it then came off her foot, so she thought kind of it's fallen apart, but Inverleith able to get a shot away and managed to get themselves this second goal and bring themselves back in the second quarter.
Yeah, good advantage from the umpire to let that one play, and a lovely finish, good deflection. The routines for Inverleith are obviously their strongest part of their game.
Really good routines they've got there. Well worked, and I think it was, you can see that there, that deflection, ball played to the right spot. There was no confusion about it, and able as well just to continue the routine even when it hadn't started perfectly, but still at bobbly ball coming towards the Inverleith player on our left hand side, but just able to keep control. Just some of these passes just not coming off for Inverleith. They're struggling to get a wee bit of power behind them. Uddingston just unlucky to be brought back to the first foul there.
Yeah, you can see it just on the bobbly passes and the traps of the Inverleith players that they're maybe just starting to get used to this pitch a bit more now than they were.
Inverleith as well now, just trying to get themselves out of this pressure, pushing Uddingston back into their own half here. Again, still setting up really high to keep the pressure on. Inverleith able to make their way through. Just transferring it onto our left hand side. Again, just that missed trap allows Uddingston just to relieve themselves of that wee bit of pressure and set themselves back up. Again, we're seeing this as press on this pass coming from Inverleith. Something we saw a lot of yesterday. If you were watching our game against Western, we kind of made a comment on how Western were nearly trapping our defenders in. Kirsty here just looking for this next pass. I think Josie there was just kind of cutting off Kirsty from being able to get that ball and kind of made it hard, but Kirsty able to recover, find this next pass.
It was a difficult one there. Josie's playing screen, and that was her area. And I think Kirsty could have just been a little bit wider just to give that outlet. Needless to say, we've got the ball back. So
Lily again just making herself known on that far left side. And we've seen a lot of that yesterday. Lily able to make some really good attacks. The ball coming through for Amelia. She's got support coming across. Lexi able to take this ball in towards the D. Able to get the shot away, but just going quite wide right.
it was a good lead from Lexi to get that ball.
Definitely one of the things I like seeing with watching Amelia is the confidence that she's been able to gain kind of across this season playing with the ones. Yeah,
I mean, the way that she's developed from the first game that I saw her play to now, she's really matured.
I think it's a testament to the whole kind of team ethos here is fantastic. Everyone's really supportive of each other, and that stems from both the coach and Gareth and Darcy being captain. They work well as a team. they're all really supportive of each other. I always quite enjoy when we're doing our social media stuff with the ladies ones. You can see just how well they all get along as a team.
Totally, yeah.
And I think that helps the youngest players. So just see this ball roll away for the Inverleith players, but it's a long corner for them. But yeah, definitely Uddingston with a very young team here. Quite a lot of young girls that have been able to, through the youth ranks here at Uddingston. Definitely you've been able to see though, going back to like the first game when you were able to watch kind of Christy and Amelia, but you can now just see and Maisie as well, but the confidence that they've now got in themselves and with the team around them is fantastic. Darcy plays that ball through the middle, just falling on this Inverleith stick, but that ball just bobbles over the Inverleith stick again. We really seem to be struggling to stop these kind of passes around this defence, just allowing Uddingston to push their way up. Josie there able to regain possession for Uddingston. Just again, no, it's very scrappy, I think, in this middle bit. Neither team can seem to find a bit of a rhythm.
I think Uddy need to try and get their rhythm back a wee bit. It's dropped a little. I think they need to get their basics back strong and focus again.
Yeah, just this middle kind of half, you're just kind of seeing both teams try and play passes that are going onto either stick and then not able to capitalise on it. Tackles are a wee bit scrappy as well. Umpires though playing good amount of advantage there, which is allowing the game to flow a lot better.
Generally anything in the middle of the pitch, unless it's super dangerous, it can be left to flow.
Still with the Inverleith here. Just working their way up again though. Lily able to take control and remove the pressure, but still Uddingston into their own half. Lily able to find, is that Maisie on the far left hand side?
It is, yeah. Between her and Lily, the pace on that left hand side is
something else,
something else, yeah. That was very well controlled from that girl.
Really confidently taken down from Inverleith player just in her own 25 and then able to win the next foul. Good confidence in their stick skills to control that. But you're still seeing pressure putting on this Inverleith defence. Just trying to work their way out this back, but well taken on this left hand side for Inverleith. Still just trying to find this next pass though. Orla able to just place the ball out onto the sideline. The Inverleith player aiming for the Uddingston bench there. I think Gareth there is having a wee bit of a jump over the ball.
Life flashed before his eyes, Sally.
Don't worry, he's able to laugh it off though.
He was. He's a goalkeeper, he knows, he's used to that.
Yeah, if you stick around after this game, we have our Gents Ones Cup match against Clydesdale, where we'll be having our Ladies Ones coach Gareth join us up here on UDDY TV. We can have a good laugh about that, I'm sure, when he comes up. As you see Uddingston here, Lily into the D, getting that shot away. Looking for a deflection and back post. Clean hit though, put lots of pressure onto the Inverleith goalie.
Brilliant ball across from Lily. Lexi was there just waiting, but unfortunately just couldn't get her stick on the end of it.
Yeah, fantastic. I always enjoy watching Lily because she just has so much confidence in her 3D skills especially, and we saw it yesterday a lot where she was able to kind of dance around players and work her way up the line. You're seeing that here today. She may play in defence, but half the time she seems to be in the attacking D. Just unlucky there for Kirsty, just all bobbling onto her feet, allows Inverleith to set himself a wee bit higher. We're still seeing though a massive gap between where the ball is and the Inverleith defence that's allowing Uddingston to put a lot more pressure on here. That ball makes its way the whole way through, but straight off the Uddingston back line.
Yeah, there is a lot of space in the middle of the pitch to play with. I think Uddingston have managed to do that well so far, but definitely more chances to be taken in the next part of the game.
We just coming to the end of this second quarter here. Both teams just seem to have lost their rhythm a wee bit from that first quarter, unable to kind of string passes together a wee bit, and just maybe a wee bit of the communications dropped from both teams, but that's something that can be worked on as half-time approaches.
I think it's natural for a team to sort of have a psychological dip before half-time, and half-time will be welcomed, I'm sure.
Yeah, still, Lexi here just trying to keep that player in, but left back able to get out of danger. Inverleith on this now right-hand side, just working their way towards the goal.
That was really nice play there from their left back, just to get in and out between those players.
Yeah, kind of foul against her, I think, from the kind of pushing the back, but just kept playing, was able to then work her way through Uddingston attack and move her way up towards that right-hand side. Inverleith here, I think they've now got a wee bit more used to the pitch, trying to kind of find a wee bit more confidence in their passes. Just that aerial not coming off for them though.
Great turn of pace from Zaf there to try and catch that ball.
Centre back as well there for Inverleith, able to collect the ball and also then put the pressure on.
There's nothing worse as a centre back when you try and release the ball and you've got two strikers hot on your heels. You'll know that well, Ali, as a centre back.
With that is the end of the second quarter. That's us at half time now. Half time at 3-2 to Uddingston. Quite a different quarter there to the first quarter. A wee bit more scrappy, a wee bit more end to end that you've seen. We'll just have a quick replay here at the goals that we've seen so far. So this first short corner allowed to play on from the umpires and then able to get this shot away. It's a really good start for Uddingston. Really well taken hit actually, because the ball was bouncing back towards her as she was taking it.
It was very well done.
And again, the unselfish play here from Saf and Hash to be able to get that goal.
I think that'll mean a lot to them as well, because obviously they're good friends and they've come over here from Malaysia, and I don't think they've actually had a team goal like that before, so they'll be chuffed.
And Inverleith's just under the legs of Verity there. Kind of similar to the goal that Lucy scored yesterday, that kind of slap from the left-hand side. Just unlucky for Verity not to get it, and which bobbles over the Kirsty on the post there. Just unfortunate for the defence, but well worked routine we saw from Inverleith. And there's that second goal for Inverleith. That well-worked deflection, able to get that in just around the defence and the keeper. Allowed them to bring it to 3-2 here.
Yeah, it wasn't a particularly fast deflection, but they're often the ones that are the most effective.
They catch a defence out more than anything else.
Absolutely.
So now that we are at half-time, what will both teams now be looking for as coming into the second half?
I think Inverleith certainly, only being one goal away, will be looking to counter and put as much pressure on as possible, but obviously in a way that they're not then compromising too much of the pitch for Uddingston to play into. Uddingston will want to start this quarter the way they started the first quarter and try and slot in as many goals as they can. I think generally on the whole both teams look well matched in terms of fitness and that type of thing, but yeah, it's going to be a good second half for sure.
Yes, Darcy just trying to say to the girls, remember yesterday they were able to bring 3 goals back against Wildcats. Obviously went 2-0 down the start and going 4-1 down before bringing it back to 4-3 yesterday. It's always possible Inverleith can do something like that against them. We were saying that communication and the kind of tempo dropped a wee bit in this kind of latter half of the second quarter, so definitely that's what they're looking for. Inverleith will be knowing what they could get from that. Their short corner routines will be just looking for more outcomes within the D. Absolutely,
and just hearing here what Darcy's saying, that she knows that the team can play better than what they're doing right now, and that's probably not untrue, but equally I think Inverleith will be saying the same. Both teams have a few more gears that they can probably push up through.
Inverleith, I think we can see them start to get more used to the pitch here. Get used to the kind of wee bounce. There's been a couple of missed traps, but not as many as there were in the first quarter. But still, those passes need to be kind of improved around the back, a wee bit more power on them at points. There's just been a few times that Uddingston have been able to pile the pressure on, but not able to capitalise on the kind of bouncing balls. But still all to play for. With another half to go. It's obviously only 3-2. Still plenty of time.
Absolutely. If Inverleith can tighten up these transitions around the back and their defensive play, it certainly will make the game more interesting and a lot closer.
So I guess as we get ready for our second half, always a perfect time to remind you about all the things going on around Uddingston. If you're wanting to find out more, you go towards our social media accounts at Uddy Hockey on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and our TikTok. A wee behind the scenes video coming up on our TikTok, as well as obviously the results from across this weekend. If you're looking to find out how all the other teams here at Uddingston have got on, it's always the best place to find it. I guess with that, it's time for Inverleith to get us underway here in our second half.
Second half.
I'm really awake for this today.
Yeah. That's probably because in your league that you play in, Ali, you play halves, don't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
We had this discussion last weekend. I was umpiring one of my matches and I forgot to ask for quarters. So we had to play halves, which is one of my least favourite things. But now Inverleith get us away for our second half, third quarter here at Uddingston. So a massive thank you to everyone for joining us here on UDDY TV as Chris is able to control that raised ball, allowing Uddingston here to put more pressure on. Just bounces a wee bit too far off left stick and comes off her foot, allowing Inverleith to set themselves back up here.
The Inverleith coach is getting a little bit more animated on the sideline here. I think he's definitely wanting his team to start putting pressure on.
Yeah, I heard a shout when Liv was coming off. She seemed to turn around to someone and tell him to calm down. I don't know if both teams are starting to get a wee more frustrated as this game goes on, but it just seems like there has been a bit more of a kind of energy pushed into the game. I think both teams realise that there is something in this.
Yeah, I think probably just because of the way that Uddingston started in their first quarter, they maybe would have expected themselves to be a little bit further ahead with their goals and maybe a bit frustrated to let two in.
Just trying to look down this left-hand channel, but back onto an Inverleith stick. Uddingston here, just getting that foul outside. Attacking 25, but Lucy unlucky not to make any good use of it. Inverleith now on the counter.
Good play from Inverleith player to get that ball up.
Yeah, it's a wee bit of a 3v2, but Darcy able just a bit of pressure on, just back onto Inverleith's stick, but just runs out the back for her. Just a wee bit too much pace in that ball, but positive signs for Inverleith as this second half starts, that they're able to make good use of the counter attack. We're kind of left on their own. The Uddy defence, there's just kind of two. There's a bit of a 3v2. So Lucy's just looking for Zaf here on this left hand side, just not able to make it though. Kind of hidden behind the Inverleith defender. Well controlled though. Trying to work out the left hand side.
A bit of miscommunication there between Orla and Zaf. Lucky to get the free hit. I think it's important for Uddy now just to settle and, you know, get their basics strong and connect their passes for the next 5 or 6 minutes just to settle into this next quarter.
Yeah, we kind of talked about like at the start of the game, that first 5 minutes is really important, but I guess it's the same coming into the second half, that you're still, these first 5 minutes, you're settling back in after a kind of longer break. You're also trying to kind of refine that rhythm that you kind of lost in the second quarter. I think both teams will be looking at how important this part is.
Definitely, the first 5 minutes of all the quarters really are important, especially when there's such a fine margin in between the score.
Just that pass falling behind Orla allows Inverleith to regain possession.
Inverleith seems to have found a second wind here, going pretty fast towards
There's definitely
all their attacks.
an up in the tempo, especially in comparison to what we saw in that kind of final quarter.
Absolutely.
Inverleith here just on this very corner of the pitch, just Trying to get the ball a wee bit more under control. 3 players around the Inverleith attacker. Just runs out the back though for Inverleith, allowing Uddingston to.
I think that was very unlucky there for Inverleith. That's actually come off of a blue stick and gone off the back line. But difficult to see sometimes as an umpire when the ball bobbles.
Yeah, obviously it's a different perspective you see as you're umpiring. We see a lot more when we're higher up the pitch.
Absolutely, and there's an awful lot that an umpire can't see. But
both teams, though, throughout the game have been remaining respectful to the umpires. There's not been as many kind of claims for things you sometimes can see in hockey matches, so definitely a fairer game as this ball just bobbled over the Inverleith stick, looking to ring out his left hand side, just allowing Uddingston now to set themselves up here in this left hand side for a sideline ball. Just not able to make use of it, and Inverleith able to now pile the pressure back on. Josie able to control here just above the halfway line. Lily now looking to turn the pace. And Zaf here at the top of the D, getting the shot away off on the side netting. Uddingston now looking to up this tempo. They've seen the pressure that's getting put on them from Inverleith as they've upped their tempo. Uddingston now just need to find the fact they're doing the same.
yeah, it's really important to respond to teams when they have their tempo raised. Really important.
What I'm enjoying is watching Anna as assistant coach here today.
It's very beneficial for the squad actually to have Anna on the sidelines, because she'll be able to give a like a player's perspective to the game, and help Gareth. It's difficult coaching on your own sometimes, because there's often times you forget maybe to say something, but Anna's giving a good insight, and Kat as well, she's been helping too, so both full of knowledge.
Both good fun as well. I think that's a good thing is they've been around Uddingston for a while. Obviously Anna going away to Austria for a year last year, but both have been around the club for a while, and I think that's always good when you've got the players that know them well, and that you can. It's more received well when they're trying to give coaching tips. So
absolutely.
Just that raised ball there, coming off Liv's stick now, allowing Uddingston to step up on the attack. Lexi here just looking for something. She's getting his Inverleith sticks. Stick tackle coming from the back, allowing Inverleith to relieve themselves of the pressure. Uddingston setting this high pressure. Just Inverleith able to dance their way through. And
oh, look, we might see a card here.
Yeah,
that
I
was
think we
quite
are.
a crunching tackle, that one.
Is it Lily that's got the card? Yeah, unfortunately, green card here for Lily Crichton there for that tackle. Puts Uddingston down to 10 players here. Inverleith now looking to make use of that. That ball just running at that left-hand channel. I don't think there was as much need to rush there.
The connections haven't seemed to be working too well at the moment for both sides. I think it's important to try and get that back.
Both sides here they're looking to play quick balls. You saw it here, Uddingston have had a couple of balls kind of towards the attack, but have then just been kind of lots of missed traps, so it's running away from them. So I think both teams slowing down. Inverleith here we're seeing just Darcy here able to clean up around the back, just now looking for this next pass up the line.
Well, she does really well there to get her feet round and release that ball.
A really good run as well there to find on the left-hand side here. Darcy and Kirsty, I think, are two. They're such calm players that they always seem to have lots of time on the ball and find that next pass. Lexi here now just trying to find, making nuisance of herself, but Inverleith able to get himself out there 25 and work their way up this right-hand side. Uddingston just need to be a bit more careful with some of these tackles. We've seen a couple of cards now. Inverleith now just making her way in, very able to get that ball out the back though. Inverleith there just One in the long corner from Verity's clearance.
Yeah, we were a wee bit far away from to see that alley, but I actually thought it hit the white stick
Yeah,
and went off the back line, but you know.
I think Kirsty thought the same. We kind of were able to see Kirsty. A wee bit of confusion here, and really they're still managed to work their way in.
A wee lapse of concentration there, maybe, just round the back. I think it's really important now that Uddy keep this one out the goal and keep their heads. The last thing that they want is to be 3-3 when they were.
Yeah, we've seen Inverleith's short corner working well for them so far. 2 goals from about 3 short corners, so confidence might be coming in here for the Inverleith side. Setting up again differently though, 2 castles here at the very top. I've seen them change it up a couple of times now, so both have actually given them outcomes, so just see where this can go to. Just that slap on the left hand side gives Inverleith 3rd goal to bring it to 3-0. It's exactly the routine we saw yesterday from Uddingston, getting them the goal. That slip to the left hand side, the first time slap.
I have to say it's actually a very unexpected start. Well done to Inverleith. 3 really good corner routines that they've managed to execute. It just does show you how important a short corner routine is in a game.
Yeah, that's obviously something Inverleith have been working on, because even when balls haven't been going exactly where they wanted, you can still see them working well and getting the outcome you want. I think you sometimes see a lot of times teams win a lot of short corners but aren't able to score it. But
yeah, absolutely, they've got a good percentage scored today for them.
It's a confident thing to come out with, that you're able to kind of capitalise on getting these
absolutely
shorts. Uddingston here just suddenly find themselves under a wee bit of pressure, trying to work their way out.
I mean, absolutely brilliant effort from Inverleith to pull this back to 3-3. It really is a great comeback.
Yeah, going behind 2 or 3 times and still managing though to bring this back. It's a testament to a kind of the mental side of the players to keep themselves motivated and keep themselves going.
Oh, this is going to be a card, unfortunately.
Darcy there with a daft card for pushing that ball away. I think both of us worked out quite quickly. That was coming, and Inverleith though able to make quick use of it.
I think it's important as well from an umpiring perspective as well, when a game starts to get quite heated like this and people are getting carded and getting sent off and there maybe is a little bit of nipping back, that it's important to just get control of the game again and make sure that you're calm so that the players can calm down.
Darcy though not wanting to remain quiet on the sideline.
Oh, that was a very loose ball back there from the Inverleith defender.
I was going to say the last one, but she got a really clean hit on it. But I always feel like hitting to your own defenders a brave decision sometimes, but it's been clean most of the time. That's one of the first ones that's come off. Not as strong, but I think 'cause I'm so used to playing either a slap or a push, that when you see a hit along your own defence, that's a brave choice sometimes.
Absolutely.
Josie there, able to make that interception, but ball just not coming off her stick very well. Allows Inverleith now to turn the pace and try and counter here. You're seeing these players on the right hand side.
If this does end a draw, Ali, is it penalty strokes it goes to?
No, that's a question I would ask you. It's a cup game.
I think it is, because for there to be running penalties, there would need to be an extra umpire. So unless they intend to call me down onto the pitch, then I think it will be strokes.
That's always a good question. I've actually never. This is the first cup game I've been down here for, so.
Yeah, same for me actually. I haven't done an Uddy Cup game before, so it'll be. Hopefully that doesn't happen though, and we get a winner at the end of the game.
Definitely, as Uddingston here, just setting himself back up in this defensive position. I think Inverleith have had a turn of tempo here. You can see this really, really high press.
Yeah, they'll be pressing high now because Uddingston are down a player.
Lucy there, getting herself in to make that interception from just Lily's just unlucky. Aerial not going as far as she wanted it to. Uddingston here with a final part of the card for Darcy. So Uddingston now back to full strength. Captain Darcy Campbell.
There's a lot of space there on that left-hand side.
Definitely.
Great pick-up from the Inverleith player.
Really good pick up with the pace and the ball especially, able to get that under control so cleanly.
I actually think that's something that's made this quarter a bit more difficult for Uddingston. The Inverleith players have become far more mobile when they've picked the ball up. It makes it a lot more difficult.
It's definitely, you've seen it, Inverleith I think getting more used to the pitch more than anything else. Able to be a wee bit more confident in their own skill to control the ball. As Liv now has this ball in the middle, able to find Christie on the left hand side. Christie able to
Great lead from Amelia.
get Amelia just coming off her feet. Unfortunate there. Just that kind of bounce back off her stick and onto her feet. It's unlucky. There was a good amount of pace in that. It's good to see Uddingston still able to keep their heads in this, trying to find the next goal in the game. Inverleith though not one for stepping back either. I think both teams definitely really high tempo in this game now.
This is really positive for Inverleith actually, because they're currently sitting second bottom I think, and to be challenging here is a massive positive given some of the games that they've had recently.
Definitely a confidence boost for a team when you have been struggling. They've not been playing the easiest of opponents to come to a game with Uddingston, who are sitting comfortably mid-table I think. In a cup game especially, it's got to be a big confidence booster for your team.
Absolutely. You can just see around the back now for Inverleith the passing is flatter and much faster, so
there's not been as much of these bouncy passes and the kind of miss traps that you were seeing in this in the first half. I think definitely a team getting more confident as this game's going on. Good strength there from Amelia. Muir here just to keep going there. Doing well to win. Doing well to win as well. The sideline ball here. I think at first she thought it was going against her.
yeah, I think so. There was no signal from the umpire, so it was unclear.
Good communication there here between the defenders for Darcy to put that ball back. Just runs that wee bit too far for her though. Allows Inverleith to win the foul. Forces Uddingston back into defending here.
You can see now that every time that Inverleith have a positive thing happen, they praise it. Unfortunate there, that's just gone off the back line. Bobbled right over her stick, but
Just as we said that the bobbly balls had
I know.
it kind of been cow. It was really unlucky there that just a wee bobble over the defender's stick. Also got to say, for it being 19th of November, it's quite a cold day. It's still a really good crowd turning out here. Also thank you to everyone as well for tuning in live. It was a quite exciting game actually. It's turned out to be very end to end and confident build from Inverleith from going behind. Darcy here just trying to get this ball in. Unfortunately just coming off, I think, Lucy's foot there.
Yeah, just don't seem to be connecting the passes as well as they had done previously.
Uddingston in a wee bit of a rush now. Feeling
They'll
the
be
pressure.
Getting frustrated.
With that, end of the third quarter. Certainly not the most positive quarter from the Uddingston standpoint, but for Inverleith, able to bring it back to 3-all from that short corner, but to make really good use of the shots that they've been getting. I think both coaches now, 1 quarter to go, just trying to keep their teams going, but Uddingston especially, just looking to get some goals here. See here, Inverleith's short corner routine, that slap just going over the foot of Verity. Unlucky there. Oh, it's kind of a mix of a deflection from the Inverleith stick, but just allowing it to bobble over Verity's foot. It's really unlucky for the young keeper. final quarter to go now. Coach Gareth here just trying to motivate the players into this final section. Obviously, when this game finishes, make sure to stick around for another cup match coming with our Gents ones playing against Clydesdale, where Gareth will be joining us, and I'm sure we'll be able to have a debrief before that game about how the ladies ones game has got on. So Emma, thank you for joining me during this. It's been good company.
Very enjoyable, Ali, thank you.
This is the second game this weekend. It's been really good to watch, and I think it makes commentating on it easier when it has been such an end-to-end game.
Absolutely.
And there's been so much happening.
There's a lot happening. It certainly makes it easier to commentate on.
Yeah, and hopefully it's been good for everyone at home watching. Any neutrals getting a fantastic game of hockey here on UDDY TV.
That's a big thing there. Darcy's just said that they're very frantic, and that's probably the exact word, that they have been. Important now to keep their discipline sharp, get no more cards, keep their 11 asides, and just play strong, simple hockey.
Yeah, definitely. So get ready for this final quarter to get underway. Inverleith getting us underway here in our final quarter. Orla able to make the interception here. Just that ball though getting forced out onto the right hand sideline. Orla still in control though. Just being obstructed and winning the foul there.
Really well done by Orla, because she didn't really have much options in front of her there. So yeah, good to get the foul and reset.
Definitely also good to see such a young player having such a drive, not giving up when she lost that first ball, keeping going, keeping the pressure on.
Nice ball through there from Darcy, just unlucky to hook the stick and give away the foul, unfortunately.
I've seen a bit of a noise difference here in Inverleith, especially the coach here making his voice heard. Uddingston here into the D. Now just looking for an outcome. Ball just falling away from the stick. Allowing Inverleith now to be on the counter attack.
No one with her though.
Just left on her own though, but Darcy unlucky, giving away a foul, allowing Inverleith to come support, but rushed ball just falls out the back on the baseline. I think both teams frantic, looking for a fourth goal to take them both into the lead, but
yep.
Certainly an interesting quarter is being searched up right now. Pressure here being put on the Uddingston defence. This ball gets transferred around the back. They're winning that foul there. That stick tackle on the centre back. This ball coming up the left line, but onto it. Inverleith stick. Lily able to get this ball. Players just being told to calm down from the umpire.
I think it was more the stick tackle.
Yeah.
Well, that was a brilliant take from her. Really good.
Inverleith able to win the sideline after taking that ball down. Just on the pitch. Nina and Lily working together. Strong passes as well, more than anything else. That ball, just unlucky for Inverleith just to go hit the baseline. There's Darcy. Set her defence back up, set her team back up. Inverleith though, very much high pressure here. And that ball's come off an Inverleith stick, allowing Uddingston now to win a long corner at the other end of the pitch. Really good pass there from Darcy Campbell to move that all the way through.
See, Inverleith now are just sitting their whole team in. They're 25 pretty much to defend.
Something we saw Western do yesterday especially. I think we saw a lot of them with a 11-man defence at some point, making it really hard for Uddingston to break through into the D. Very congested for the players. So Uddingston win back possession here in the 25 and just work their way into the D. Lucy's still got the ball, just now needing to find an outcome, needing to find another player. She's been able to dance her way through. She's not able to find anything, no. Nope, being given. It's a foul for Inverleith, winding them 16. Thought originally she'd given a short there.
I think she did, but maybe just
bit of confusion.
Bit of confusion just with whose foot it hit, but
yeah,
absolutely did the right thing and put her hands up and said that she made the wrong decision. So good umpiring there from Tara.
Yeah, Lucy there able to just break up the Inverleith attack, allowing Uddingston to set themselves back up a wee bit more. Lily there, really clean jab tackle. Still able to keep moving. Inverleith defence so stopping the attack. Kirsty now looking for Liv.
Brilliant pick up
Still
from
got
Liv.
the ball. Found Lexi here in the middle. Inverleith goalkeeper though able to keep Lexi out. Given away though. Penalty stroke for Uddingston.
That's very interesting. It's pretty much the exact same instance that happened in that first quarter when Lexi got taken to the ground. Apart from this time, the other umpire has given a stroke.
Yeah, Gareth bringing in our team. Now, I'm not going to lie, you're going to have to this bit. I don't watch penalty strokes. I refuse to. I never have. So I will face the opposite direction.
Are you bad luck, Ali, if you watch them?
I think so. I'm just incredibly superstitious with it.
It was a very good save from the keeper, I have to say. Vicky Hansen is in goals for Inverleith. She is she was the women's 35s Scotland goalkeeper for Masters, so she's got lots of experience behind her.
Having a fantastic game though.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing goalkeeper you're seeing here for Inverleith. Even that, like you saw the first save she made in the first half, just kind of diving save across. Uddingston no, unlucky not to capitalise off the stroke.
Yeah, she's really kept her team in the game, so yeah, hats off to Vicky.
Ball was across and off the defender for a sideline ball for Uddingston. I've been saying those volleyballs have been making it hard for the defenders to control. Uddingston no, making her way into the D again. Now looking for another outcome. Bit of a stramash there, being given though for an Inverleith 16.
Looking to take this early now too.
Lily though able to make good work of it. Inverleith still in control of the ball. Still 3-all. Just half a quarter to go now. There and thereabouts.
I think it's important that the players across the pitch just focus on their game and they don't worry about the umpiring or anything like that, because that's out with their control.
Definitely. Alexa there, unlucky, just coming off her foot. Umpire seeing it and calling it very quickly. I think Inverleith though to back in control of this ball.
Oh, I mean,
hospital passing here from Inverleith, allowing Uddingston to capitalise, get himself into the D and have a shot just going wide.
Really unlucky there from Zaf. Just bobbling, bouncing ball, difficult to control and get on target. But once again, a loose ball from the back, so making it difficult for the Inverleith players to outlet.
There was no signal there from the umpire.
I think it was purely because the umpires are both mic'd up at the moment, and I think maybe Tara's asked the other umpire if there was anything, and that's why the delay was on the decision.
Inverleith here though, not able to make use of that counter-attack.
It's going to be right in that corner.
Yeah.
I imagine Inverleith will press right up there hard.
Kirsty now just having to find something here on this very Wide line, not able to, straight off of an Inverleith stick. Inverleith now able to get themselves towards D, but Darcy, strong tackling as always. Arsakawa, captain, keeping
Great
it clean.
tackle.
Lucy as well, managed to steal this ball. Getting a wee bit out of danger. Liv there on her right, just not the pass you're wanting to see. Just a wee bit of frustration starting to seep in for both sides, not able to get an outcome. Darcy again, just trying to clean up around the back.
It was very unlucky there from Darcy. I actually think the ball did stay on the pitch, but
I think the umpire was that wee bit too far in. It probably looked a wee bit more.
yeah, I mean that's the whole thing about positioning as an umpire. If you're in the wrong place, sometimes you just don't see it.
Darcy though again able to stop that ball from coming into the D, but another long corner here for Inverleith. Inverleith putting lots of pressure on Uddingston, but able to win the foot. Just a foul on the 25 here for Uddingston. Inverleith now with the ball inside their own 25 for a sideline. Maisie there, the fantastic block. Confident and strong, forced it out the sideline. Lucy again there, making herself known, just kind of pushing this Inverleith team off the side.
Into the last kind of 7 minutes here, Ali. It's when it starts to get really, really touchy.
Yeah, like you both of us know from playing like games like this, when you start getting more involved in the game, and I think when it's a draw and when it's a 3-0 draw especially, both teams are going to start showing frustrations, and that's when kind of silly things start happening. As Inverleith here are making their way into the D, but cleaned up again by Uddingston now. Just needing to find this next pass. Unsure what direction has been given for an Inverleith ball here on the sideline.
I think Uddingston would be really disappointed if they don't.
Amelia there. That's a yellow card being given to Amelia Muir. I think just confusion from the Uddingston bench as to the reason for the card, as Christie now looks. Try and get this ball up.
I believe it was given for physicality, but for me that was quite soft.
I didn't, and this is just personal talking here, that the way it looked was that Amelia was able to just get herself past the Inverleith player more than anything else with the speed that she had.
Yeah.
Said there was much contact.
From where we were standing, it didn't look like there was a huge amount. However, the umpire has to blow what she sees, and if it was deemed to be too physical, then the yellow card is right.
But here we see Lucy making herself into the D, finding the goal, taking it to 4-3 for Uddingston. Fantastic. Lucy just making herself into the D.
Yeah, absolutely
tomahawk
beautiful
away.
finish from Lucy there. Just great individual goal, going around a player on a reverse. It's something that she does really well. I think she's probably stronger on her reverse side than she is on her front. So brilliant finish.
You've got to give it to Lucy here, having a fantastic game, making herself known across the pitch though. Inverleith are still attacking here, making her way up this right hand side. Lily though just trying to keep control of the ball on this line, just trying to find something here, winning the foul. Well won there by Lily Crichton here on this left hand side. I do apologise for my incredibly bad left and right. I keep saying one side and the other. I've just, you know what side it's on at this point, you're seeing it on TV. Uddingston here trying to call for a foul though, not happening. Darcy though able to clean up that counter attack coming. Orla Just playing it back to Lucy, just trying to take some speed out of the attack.
It's really important that Uddy, they're going to be down a player for the rest of this quarter, so just to keep their head, keep possession, they're 4-3 up now, not to do anything silly.
Inverleith though, you can just see the pressure they're putting on players. Kind of 2 or 3 players around the ball. Darcy now just trying to find this outcome, just not coming off the Inverleith stick there.
They have nothing to lose now, Inverleith, they may as well just throw everything at it.
Definitely. Nina now just got the ball on this left hand side, just right next to the cameras here. Just
right idea.
Trying to find Liv there, that ball, unfortunate to go into an Inverleith stick. That ball just going through, but then hitting an Inverleith stick, foot, sorry. Just allowing Uddingston now to get the ball again. Lily though.
There's a lot of feet now, you can just see the fatigue creeping into the game.
Yeah, definitely the mix of tiredness, but I see Kirsty here with this turn of speed.
Oh, should be getting a nosebleed up there.
We've not seen Kirsty getting that high during this game, but
a great change of pace from Kirsty to get that ball, actually, really important.
Massive, able to get herself, get the ball in, just able to push Inverleith back here, but now Uddingston defending again against an Inverleith side that we've seen a lot of counter-attacks coming from, but that ball just rolls out the back on the baseline.
Yeah, I think Uddingston will be quite pleased to see that one just roll off the back line there. They will be in absolutely no rush to take this ball now, but they'll need to be careful not to be time wasting.
Definitely now just a game of trying to have a wee bit more control than what we've seen. Darcy just looking for a pass, unable to. Kirsty though unfortunate to give a stick tackle away in the fill for Inverleith. Uddingston now getting every player behind the ball. Liv cutting that pass off by marking up, by getting herself back. That ball just trickles through onto an Inverleith foot though. Nina finds Lily here on this left hand side. This ball just being caught in by Lily.
Very well kept in, really unlucky there.
Inverleith now, this ball on the right hand side just trickles off. Both teams just trying to find these passes up these lines, trying to inject some pace into the game, but the ball's just going to be a bit faster than the legs can carry this late into a game. We're into the last 2 minutes here of this cup match, with Uddingston now leading 4-3. Able to now step up from Inverleith 16 here, but Uddingston wanting to put the pressure on.
25 seconds left of the card. I just heard the umpire shout, so Uddingston will actually manage to get back to full strength for maybe the last minute or so.
Uddingston have done well to, and every time there has been a card, have been able to control, but for the card this long, that's to full strength now, but Uddingston able to control the game, even when a player down, but Amelia now getting herself back on, putting herself as high as possible. There's this left-hand channel.
Oh, it's a lovely ball through.
Fantastic
to pick
ball.
that space. Wow.
Good shout, especially here from Lucy, Maisie and Anna on this sideline to attract Darcy's attention to that left-hand side. Amelia and Liv, sorry, both making the run for it. Just that stick length too far. Inverleith now though, back with 16, just trying to find their way out. That ball, just that bouncing ball, we've seen that throughout this game. Been a challenge for both teams to control. Inverleith now.
Inverleith will be gutted to have lost this game if it ends 4-3. They probably feel like they maybe should have deserved to have gone to penalties.
Definitely, this last half's been incredibly end-to-end. I think both teams will be glad to see the end of it with the pace that has been injected into it. That ball just will run out the back here. Inverleith left chasing after for another 16. But when I say end-to-end, there's been moments in the game's been end-to-end, but for the most part it's been these long balls have forced teams to be chasing after them.
Into the last kind of 30 seconds here, I think.
Cannot be long left at all. Obviously our clock not accurate with some of the stoppages. Amelia now able to, just not able to control that ball.
I think Inverleith not got a huge amount of height here, so.
Yeah, now just Darcy.
Crucial tackle there.
able to break up the game more than anything else. Now Uddingston just need to get himself back here and defend. Not wanting to lose a goal this late on in the game. And that's the game. Finishes 4-3 to Uddingston here in the Scottish Cup fixture. Got a bit tense there. Oh.
Did a bit, yeah. Very, very exciting game of hockey to watch and some lovely hockey on display.
So that's the past couple of games I've watched the ladies ones play. I think I've finished it, my heart racing. I was like, oh. But Uddingston able. That goal from Lucy at the end, fantastic tomahawk, allows them to take the lead and take the win here at Uddingston. But don't go anywhere, obviously. Still another game to come with the Gents ones game just about to come up on this same stream against Clydesdale. Guess Emma's final thoughts from that game?
I think a good game from both teams and really should be proud of themselves to come out and put in that result against a team who are maybe 4 or 5 spots above them. But you know, really chuffed for the girls, for Uddy. You know, I think they deserved the win after yesterday. And yeah, great to see them go through into the quarter-final of the Cup.
Yeah, definitely. Inverleith, think, can take a huge confidence boost from this game. Played some fantastic hockey and were able to keep some amount of control, especially in that second half. Were able to apply lots of pressure onto Uddingston here. Uddingston, though, I think will be definitely very happy to be coming out with a win in that game. So now, just see our Gents ones starting to warm up for their cup tie as well. Definitely a busy day here at Uddingston, but good crowd has turned out, and obviously thank you everyone for being here. As always, you can find loads more from our streams on our social media. There's lots happening across the board on our Instagram, our Twitter, Facebook, and our new TikTok account. Anytime you notice me go a wee bit quiet, that was me attempting to put some things on socials while keeping on top of the game. See highlights from today's game and this next game and yesterday's game actually. We'll all be going live on our social media tomorrow and here on our YouTube, so if you haven't already, make sure to go and follow us on all our socials at Uddy Hockey on our Instagram, Twitter and TikTok, and our Uddingston Hockey Club Facebook page. And obviously as well, to anyone here from Inverleith and from Clydesdale, massive thank you for your support, and also go and follow your own team's social media accounts. And don't obviously forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel here for all our streams that are coming up across the season. Obviously we're coming towards our winter break with indoor starting soon. I'm excited for indoor. I love indoor. It's going to be a great time.
I just love it because it's warm.
That as well, yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, games like today where it's you can start to feel it now getting a wee bit colder. Definitely a time when you know it's indoors soon.
Absolutely.
And welcome back. Time for our Perfect Ladies and Gents ones to take on Clydesdale in this cup match. It's Alistair Conde back again on my own for the night while we wait for our Director of Hockey Gareth to come back after that L1's match. Just while we are getting ourselves ready, I can just see Gareth running across the pitch in a minute. Should I just have a look back at the results for the teams from the previous matches. It's just here for Uddingston. Just a bit of a mixed bag across the board, coming off the back of two unfortunate losses against Inverleith and Edinburgh Uni, but big win against Grove Mingies Hill a couple of weeks ago. Here at Uddy, be looking to see what they can take from this cup game, and as well from Clydesdale. Some pretty tough losses there. You'll see that 9-0 loss against Grange and 6-0 versus Edinburgh University, the two top of the league teams. Uddingston having already played both, but with different sort of results. Uddingston will be hopefully coming into this with a bit more confidence and maybe what Clydesdale are as well. Just a quick look through the team sheets for Uddingston. Pretty much unchanged from most weeks. Our captain Stephen McKenzie looking confident as always throughout this warm-up. It was Max Strachan's birthday. I'm sure it was yesterday, turning 17. He's going to hate me for saying that, but things you see on Facebook. And looking at Clydesdale's team as well. Just again, another strong team. A couple of big names standing out from across the board. And I guess with that, it's just a case we're almost getting ready for the start of the game here. Both teams just getting themselves into their huddle and just getting ready for this sort of game. Big game here. Also just having seen the ladies won 4-3 against Inverleith in the cup. Gents have been wanting to do the same here. Want to get a win and progress further through the cup. I think we've gained our ladies ones coach, Gareth. Welcome aboard.
Good evening. Looking forward to joining you for this game we got here.
How are you feeling after the L1's match?
Just trying to calm down a bit, to be honest. Yeah, it was. I think if we're being honest, we made it hard. We made life hard for ourselves there. I think the extra game yesterday with Wildcats and it being quite tough. You could tell we were a little bit leggy, but some of the decision making wasn't quite there. But it's a cup game ultimately. It's all about getting the win, getting ourselves through to that quarter-final place. So yeah, it's seven goals in a weekend scored as well, 5 different scorers. So yeah, no, there's a lot of positive to say, but also quite a bit to work on next week before we play Inverleith in the league next week as well.
Definitely been making our life stressful up here. So it's 3 games in a row now I've been commentating on, where I think I've been coming at the end and just going, oh.
Was that Grange and yesterday by any chance?
Yes.
Yeah.
But now to move on to our gents here playing Clydesdale. Just before we get the game started here, how's the gents be looking at this game? How are you thinking?
Yeah, I think they played them first game of the season and it was a 1-0 loss, so 1-0 win for Clydesdale. So I think they'll be looking to reverse that scoreline at least, if not kind of make it a bit more competitive. But I think both having similar fortunes in the league this year, so should be quite an interesting fixture ahead. Yeah,
Uddingston just getting us underweight, making the first break in the D, just Mamat there, bouncing over his stick. Unfortunately, Ben not able to then get stick on that. Good start though, up in the tempo. Definitely both teams out for a fight here tonight. Under the lights here on a lovely Sunday night. Has got a wee bit colder here at Uddingston, so all of yous watching live, I'm sure nice and warm with a cup of tea or coffee, which sounds lovely. We have had some biscuits delivered by Gillian Williams, so that's been what's kept us going over the break between the 2 games. So you see Jed just trying to get us underway here in defence. Stephen now looking for the next pass. Both teams here just trying to find the rhythm. Something important we've spoken about in that last game. So how important these first 5 minutes are for both teams. We saw obviously Uddingston getting a goal early in the first quarter there in the ladies' match. I think the gents here want to replicate something quite similar.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. If you look at the 2 pressing stars, so Clydesdale sitting a little bit deep and know about the aerial threat that Uddingston do wield at the back, whilst Uddingston stepping a little bit more through, trying to put a little bit more pressure on the back line.
So it's good having you here. You've got that hockey knowledge that I lack. Just seeing here Uddingston just putting good pressure on the Clydesdale players here. Jed able just to steal that ball away with Alex now, just trying to find the next pass. Umpires playing the advantage here. Bent on this right hand side to now find some form of an outcome moving on. Unfortunately, just that pass bobbling away out the back. We were talking in the last game about how bobbly the pitch is here and how kind of struggle it was for Inverleith to get used to it, especially in the first half. Is that something you see Clydesdale struggle with, or will they be used to a surface like this?
I'd imagine. I think obviously they've come here in the league quite a bit as well, so it's not like it's a brand new pitch that's recently been laid. I think each pitch does play slightly differently, and I know Clydesdale's is like a touch older, so therefore probably not as skippy. But yeah, I think the condition on the pitch today, I think any kind of mistrap will kind of lose a bit of momentum on there. So I think Clydesdale will probably settle in quite nicely. They know this pitch. They obviously play here in the league. So yeah, I can't see it being too much of a factor. Looking at just how they're pressing here.
Just Uddingston here, just trying to get themselves out their back lines, but Clydesdale able to make use of the foot there. Coming off the Uddingston players, making their way now into the D. Just that pass though not coming off, able to recover the ball, but umpire giving foul for Uddingston, allowing them to just have a bit of that pressure relieved. Definitely Clydesdale sitting a lot further deep than what Uddingston are in a Clydesdale 16. And foul there in the middle. Jed's trying to just push the players up here, allowing both teams now to sit inside the half.
Yeah, and with Clydesdale sitting a little bit deeper, it's going to be harder for Uddingston to kind of find these little pockets of spaces within that press as well. So it's going to require a little bit more movement from the Uddingston kind of midfield and forward line to create those spaces and then glide into those to pick up the ball and then look to connect through there.
Yeah, Mamat there, just trying to make that lead the ball, just going that wee bit too far as the aerial's pulled from Clydesdale across. Able to find an attacker up here. Well won there to win the foul, keep in the Uddingston 25. We've been seeing the last two games lots of long passes going through the middle for the ladies, and I think Stephen there is just kind of looking for a pass quite similar, and you've seen it again there. A ball going straight through to Ben Wilson. Ben able to find Stephen here on this far right hand side. Ben Young now just trying to dance his way through some players, needing to find some support from Uddingston. A lot of pressure from Clydesdale.
Oh, that's a lovely finish.
Fantastic touch there. Coming in. Does it give Uddingston the first goal? Umpires though going to just have a discussion about this one.
I think there might be a question whether the first ball was dangerous, and it looks like he's decided that it is.
It's come off a foot, I think, from the thing of the umpire. So remains 0-0. Uddingston no. I think showing that they've got the upper hand here. Bit of pressure on, and able to get some outcomes in the D now. We'll just be looking to replicate that, but wanting a goal from this. Jed just getting a warning for hitting the ball away. Something in the last game we saw his sister getting a card for, so I think he's wanting that. Okay, so just keeping that ball in the baseline. Winning the sideline ball here from the far side of the pitch. Uddingston just looking to step out here. There's pressure on this Clydesdale defence. Just a bit of a rash tackle there, and the foul away that wasn't entirely necessary for Uddingston. Allowing Clydesdale just to set himself up a wee bit more, push this ball in. Just not finding a Clydesdale stick.
Yeah, as we can see there, like Clydesdale have got a nice little structure in the circle with three in the circle, looking to kind of post up and pull the Uddingston defence apart a little bit with that kind of man-to-man system that Uddingston are playing at the back. So that ball was just looking through and just nobody just being able to connect from it from a Clydesdale perspective.
Yeah, Callum there going for the run up the left hand side before pulling back, allowing the ball to be transferred round. Stephen just not able to find anyone on the right hand side. Uddingston looking to put lots of pressure here on Clydesdale, deep in their own 25, but leaving a player out in the line, just unable to get a trap on the bouncy ball. Stephen just getting the ball across the pitch to Jed. Allowing to just get the ball moving a wee bit. Just a bit of physicality coming from the Clydesdale side there against Max Strachan. Bit of physicality coming from across the team, actually, I think is what you're seeing here. Definitely both teams looking for just the outcomes, knowing it's a tough game for both sides, looking for something.
Yeah, and as we said, kind of Uddingston needed to create that movement to kind of get through the slightly deeper press, and Uddingston are starting to post up towards the ball, and then just the Clydesdale players, like as the Uddingston player kind of stops, the Clydesdale players are still going through, and that's where we're just getting that little bit of contact at the moment.
Uddingston are unlucky not to find a stick there, and D just runs off the back while Ben and Stephen trying to work together to get the ball, allowing Clydesdale just to alleviate that pressure on themselves. It's been a end-to-end first half of the quarter here. Both teams just trying to find a wee bit of rhythm. Alex here winning the stick tackle, allowing the foul to be played. Umpires trying to allow as much advantage as they possibly can here, and I see it's allowing the game to flow a wee bit more as that ball follows at the back though. Long corner for Uddingston here. Out here on the right, we've got Stephen McKenzie on the ball. Just able to find Graham in the middle. Just transferring around the back here. Jed's got Callum on his left. Callum's able to get this ball into the D, just only onto Clydesdale stick, who are now looking to get themselves out of danger, out their own 25. Stephen able to break that up though. The captain breaking play.
Yeah, and Uddingston have got a nice little triangle set up in the circle when it's kind of like deep free hits or long corners. The next step is just then how can we get into, they're creating the space, which is great, and then it's just a case of posting up into it and then being able to pick up the ball in those pockets of space. Just seen some fireworks off the pitch. Maybe we'll start seeing them on it.
That's quite good for you. That's good.
I know, I've been practicing.
Do you want to take the job? I was more confused by it's the what's happening in the 16th of November that we're setting fireworks off for.
Bonfire night the 2nd.
Yeah, Australia winning the Cricket World Cup, one of them. I don't know. See Uddingston now back in their own 25, just trying to get a bit more control of the game here. Definitely Clydesdale setting themselves up a lot deeper here in the pitch than what Uddingston are. Just around 60 on the pitch it seems. Stephen, this bobbly ball that we saw in this last game, again happening here for the Gents. Stevie though moving into a three-man defence, allowing them to play the line, finding Mama up there. Mama playing the ball across, only onto Clydesdale sticks though. Uddingston attack though in the right place for that ball, just unfortunate not to come off onto their stick. Clydesdale able to clear the lines, but not for long as Uddingston are now straight back into the D. Just that pass, not enough pace there. Andrew Docherty trying to find something in the D. Uddingston just a chance to reset themselves up around this back. Stephen able to play that ball around Clydesdale attack to find Mama in front, just not able to find an outcome in the D. Goes against Luke Gemmell, find another Clydesdale 16.
Yeah, from Uddingston are definitely having more of the circle injuries. I think Clydesdale have had a couple themselves, and obviously we had that early chance that was ruled off for Uddingston. But definitely feels like Uddingston are getting a bit more opportunity to get into the circle. And then, as I said, the next bit is then connecting with somebody to be able to get that shot on.
Definitely, just all about finding that second phase in the D. As Cesario comes across for Clydesdale, just bobbles away from the Clydesdale captain. Lucky not to be able to control that one. Kind of left in the zone out there on the left hand side. No real marking from Uddingston on that player. Kind of had to be able to control that to create real danger. So just able to see again. Game here on the right hand side, just walking his way up. Gavin Uddingston, have an extra midfielder, allowing Uddingston to step to a three-man defence. Stevens got an empty line, no one there making the leads for him yet. Just able to play this ball around the back more. Stephen able to find Graham. good teamwork together. Able to defend this ball up now. Able to drive the baseline into the D. Clydesdale though, able to stop that attack. Now just need to find an outcome out their way. Look, Gemmell able to win the foul for Uddingston there. Andrew just a bit on the back foot there, but able to recover, get the ball back. Still fighting for this. Able to win the foul as well. Well won there by Andy Dock. Again, no. That ball coming into the D and straight onto the Clydesdale stick. That ball's able to escape for Clydesdale, but stolen away for Uddingston to continue an attack. Able to find Max here in the middle, all the way across Stephen, opening the pitch up. More for Uddingston here to try and get their way in, just not coming off the stick right for Craig.
Yeah, and as you can see, Uddingston trying to move the ball. It does look like they're favouring to try and go and attack this right-hand side a little bit more. Clydesdale sometimes are giving him the line. Number 22, whilst he was on the pitch, has just been rotated off for Clydesdale. Was one that was jumping out to the line, which would open up the inside spaces a little bit more. And it's just now that recognition of, if the inside space was on, can we play it into there rather than just looking for this line ball.
Yeah, definitely able to see Uddingston wanting to use this right-hand side. So quite a few times now. Graham kind of rotating his way up for Stephen to make his way up and try and play the line ball. That ball's just bobbled off the stick. There's Stephen again. Another sideline ball. I think all you can see in the attacking D is orange shirts. It's a lot of Clydesdale defenders behind this ball. Clydesdale just not able to find a rhythm here. Trying to just find something in D. Come back under Uddingston control for Stephen to run up this right hand side. Clydesdale just seem to be struggling to find something to get themselves out of danger. Just allowing Uddingston to keep this pressure quite high.
Yeah, it might be a conservation of energy point because Clydesdale had a rearranged league fixture yesterday. So they've come in off the back of the game. I think they edged Grove, Mingus Hill 3-1. I just have to make sure I get the pronunciation on that one right. So obviously this is their second game in 2 days, whilst Uddingston had finished their fixtures before Christmas, so they can come into this game a little bit fresher, and that's why it kind of feeling like at the moment with Uddingston just kind of applying that pressure and just being a little bit more on top.
And that, I guess, a benefit to Uddingston not playing yesterday, but at the same time, although Clydesdale will have more tired legs, if at least they've played together this weekend, they're able to probably take positives from a 3-1 win against Mingy Hill yesterday. Be looking to use the same sort of tactics again here in a game today.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think because I had the fortune of commentating on the first quarter between Grove and Uddingston when it was here a couple of weeks ago, and I think Grove and Uddingston will offer two different styles of game as well. So it might be a case of Clydesdale, if they are using some of their tactics from yesterday, it might be that they're not having maybe potentially the same effect just because of different pressing styles or different personnel. So we might see potential tactic changes come in from Clydesdale in the next couple of quarters.
See, Clydesdale here, I think that's Cameron, able to get this ball. Clydesdale on their own, get the first goal of the game. Just that loose ball played down the line and ran into the D, allowed them. Player there just kind of left on their own, that back post allowed to play that. Unlucky there, Uddingston falling off the back foot early. Just having to find themselves restarting here on the back foot. I think Uddingston disappointed not to be in the lead here after such high pressure and so many attempts in the D. It's the first time Clydesdale been able to make their way in, but it shows the skill of their players getting themselves up there. Umpire stopping time here just to have a discussion with the players. Let's get the ball stopped before playing the game as Ben gets us underway again. Clydesdale's entire team now back though to help defend. Keeping the attacking 25 congested for Uddingston. I'm just trying to find a rotation round. And the players on the top of the D.
It's definitely a big lateral kind of work rate for this Clydesdale side. So if it gets stuck on one side and Uddingston looking to skip players out and be able to attack, it's just the meaning that the whole team's having to shift over, and if that's going to be the continuing defensive theme, then their legs might get a bit tired in the second half, and we could see a bit more space opening up in Uddingston's favour.
Yeah, definitely a lot of pressure being placed on that Clydesdale defence, and you can see it with the entire team getting back. But now Clydesdale stretching the game, having 2 attackers into their 25 as we see the end of the first quarter. Just Clydesdale 1-0 here at Uddingston after that. Just goal in the last couple of minutes. Unlucky for Uddingston, but definitely plenty of chances to score for Uddingston here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I think you've summed the word up quite nicely. I think they'll be disappointed to go in 1-0 down at quarter one. Uddingston definitely having more of the territory, more delivery to circle, and then the next bit is now actually okay. We've got the connection. We're getting in the circle. It's that next level. It's that next connection. Even if it's a case of it's not an easy shot off, can we win a quick short corner, or can we deliver to somebody who's potentially in a better goal scoring opportunity? And I think it's just that last little bit. It's that last little connections. But yeah, Uddingston, I think especially that kind of the second half of Q1 have been very much kind of in Clydesdale's half, other than the incident for the goal.
And Uddingston got to be disappointed with the amount of chances in the D they've had with no outcomes, no shots, not anything coming from it. Obviously, nothing really come of it for the amount of times they've been into the attacking 25 and in the D.
Absolutely, they'll take like the positive of right. We're getting into their circle a lot. That's great, especially the way that Clydesdale are defending. There's a lot of numbers back there, so being able to still get into the circle when they are defending as an 11, I think that's always going to be quite positive. But then it's that next bit. What does the movement look like? How do we connect? Can we win a corner if there's no opportunities on? Because I think last time that I was on the commentary, we highlighted the number of corner threats that Uddingston wield this season, which is great. It makes them a bit unpredictable on corners in terms of who's going to take it, where's it going, and so on and so forth. So I think they'll maybe quarter two probably prioritising just upgrading opportunities in the corner. So I wouldn't be surprised if Uddingston go in and try and win a couple more short corners and a couple more shots on target to start testing the Clydesdale goalies, and it looks like they've changed their goalie for quarter two as well.
Yeah, 2 goalies that Clydesdale brought with them. I think Clydesdale be happy with how the first quarter ended more than anything else, but definitely will be wanting to try and alleviate that pressure a bit more. They've had a lot of pressure and not been able to get themselves out of that 25 very often. Had a couple of chances, and obviously that all-important goal coming from the run down the right-hand side as Uddingston now get us back underway in the second quarter. Uddingston just winning the foul there. Fahmy was trying to just find something. Finn getting the touch. Unlucky just not to come on to Benner Mamat's stick. Mamat then just placing the ball out back of the baseline. Allowing Clydesdale again just to reset himself back up, stretch the game, and see again how high their attackers are pushing this game up the 25. Uddingston just losing the ball here. And Clydesdale into their 25, but Jed cleaning up round the back. Both Campbells, I think, having fantastic games today, cleaning up around the back in that centre back position. Just unlucky there to give the foul away. And Clydesdale again, just to get this ball settled. Uddingston again now starting to attack in numbers when they get this chance to make a counter, but just see Clydesdale, that's changes speed there on the right hand side, allowing them now to get into the D and get a shot away. Coming off of Callum Darragh to, I don't know what it actually came off of, but it's come off Callum Darragh and it's allowed Uddingston to just win the foul, reset themselves back up, get their routine back and set the tempo again in the game.
Yeah, I think it looked like it hit his thigh, I think. And it looks like the umpire there has judged it to be either that he was too close, so therefore a bit dangerous, or if it was off target, then that's why it'd be a free hit. If it was on target and he's a safe distance away, then it would have been given as a short corner. But as you can see, Clydesdale are starting to revert to, if they win it, they're looking to go a bit more direct, a bit quicker, and being able to kind of capitalise on Uddingston's press being quite high and be able to kind of start punching through the back line.
Definitely wasn't sure if it came up. I thought at first it came up at the top of his stick. That's where the confusion hit, but umpire able to make a call nice and early. Moving Uddingston the ball back. It's just coming off Clydesdale stick, bobbling away. Clydesdale able then to clear it. Mama chases the player down. Again, trying to support Callum Darragh. This player again on his own. Clydesdale into the D, a 1v1 with the keeper. And able to get that second goal. We mentioned earlier on, that player left on their own earlier on when they had an aerial thrown. Again, just marking not the strongest from Uddingston here at this back. Allowing Clydesdale to get one-on-one with the keeper and slot it past the right hand side of Nick Harden.
That was a really nice bit of build-up play from Clydesdale, exploiting the space on the outside, dropping it into the middle. Nice little first-time pass through to the forward, kind of leading in behind the defensive line, and then nice bit of composure to just kind of settle it and slot it into the bottom corner.
Yeah, fantastic teamwork from across the team. Uddingston now just gets back underway very early in quarter 2. Still obviously an entire half to go after this. Able to work their way up. Finding Ben Young at the top of the D. The defender though, making sure he gets himself out there and pushing Ben Young out the way. Sending Ryan Wilson out there, not able to find Uddingston second the D again, coming off Clydesdale. Uddingston now unable to keep control of the ball. Clydesdale now on the attack. A few stick tackles going through, but umpire continuing to play advantage. Cheeky aerial chucked across the pitch there actually. Again now Clydesdale on this right hand side. Seen the danger coming from this side, but foul being given away. Allowing Uddingston now to reset himself back up. Clydesdale, I think, finding rhythm a wee bit more and applying a lot more pressure onto Uddingston here when they're attacking, placing numbers as many as they can forward.
Yeah, and it looks like Clydesdale's link-up play once they win the ball. They're looking to win the ball kind of in their own half and then looking to exploit the space, looking able to connect. And that's the big thing, is the connections and the speed of connection. Everything's pretty much going forehand to forehand. That makes everything just so much easier if you can pick up a ball on your forehand, pass it on your forehand. It just speeds up the play and there's a lot more control and a lot more intensity behind it. So yeah, no, I think the last couple of opportunities that Clydesdale had to kind of going forward, it's starting to look like that link-up play is going to be part of their game today.
That ball there, Clydesdale just thrown down the line quite easily. I think you just also the coach there from Clydesdale just trying to get the players to calm down, take their time with the passes. There's no need to rush. I think that's something we saw a lot in that last game, was as the game progressed, both teams trying to rush, but it's a much closer game than what it currently is now. But Uddingston just seemed to be on the back foot here into this second quarter, unable to truly find a rhythm. Clydesdale though stepping back deep still. It's not remaining a lot of pressure on the defence. Kind of attackers sitting basically in the halfway line. It's kind of stopping Uddingston though from being able to play any ball forward here. Seems just able to find Callum Darragh there on the right hand side. Ball just trickles out the right hand side on that sideline though. Unfortunate, just that ball from Stephen just not going that far enough. Finn here just trying to keep pressure on Clydesdale players, still finding that ball through the middle here. Pressure being put on the defence to make a mistake. Ben Young now playing very deep from where he usually is, just trying to make his way up this right hand side, just making the foul off the foot of the Clydesdale player, but nothing's been given, so Clydesdale remain with the ball on the attack. Now moving down this right hand side. So making a quick sub though of the majority of their attacking team there. Now slowing the game down. That kind of burst of energy coming from the teams.
Yeah, and just again, I talked about kind of Clydesdale looking for that long game, but also that blending it with link-up play. At the start of this play, Clydesdale had 5 attackers in the final third. So looking like they're definitely looking to stretch that pitch up and looking to be able to open up some spaces between Uddingston's midfield and defensive lines.
That ball, able to be transferred straight across from the Clydesdale free hit all the way into the Uddingston attacking 25. They'll be able to cut down. Ben Young, though, able to force the ball out the back of the pitch from deflection. You can see Uddingston now. Only one player out the attacking 25. Winning the foul, though. To another free hit. Jed now just keeping the ball and in defence, passing it around. No one. Jed now just trying to find Luke Gemmell there in that far left hand side. Just rolls out the back of the pitch though. Uddingston here just needing to communicate more where players are. You can just hear shouts coming across. Players unmarked. Ball again down that right hand channel. Easily cutting through, or cutting off the midfield more than anything else. Jed just trying to get an area working. Now allows Clydesdale to pile the pressure onto him. Jed though recovering the ball on the 25. Now just trying to find the next pass. Got Stephen on the right hand side. Stephen got space ahead of him. Unfortunately just not the right pass to find there. Mahamat able to recover the ball. Both able to work together. Find the next pass. Again, just playing around the back, calm though, pressure being piled on that left hand side. Trying to find the ball in the D. Just goes straight through and off the back though. Uddingston just trying to find something in the attacking tee, just unable to.
Yeah, I think Uddingston are slowly working themselves back into this game. The link-up play starting to look a bit better, especially down this right-hand side, which we said that Uddingston were looking to favour.
Might be seeing first card of the game. And there just for that tackle there. It's just a green card. And Uddingston now down to 10 men for the next 2 minutes. Aerial there, able to link up the two Clydesdale players. Clydesdale able to get himself into the D, find the goal to get himself up 3-0. That ball just able to trickle through the Uddingston defence and straight onto Clydesdale, stick in front of the goal. Clydesdale able to find the backboard.
Yeah, as I kind of mentioned earlier, it's this blend of playing direct and then also this kind of shorter link-up play that seems to be working for Clydesdale, and that's ultimately where that kind of third goal just come from. It was a nice ball, that then a short link-up play in between.
Uddingston now just on the back foot. You can see there, just a lack of communication between Mahamat and the defence, and leaving that ball. Just going to put a defender under pressure and force Nick to have to force the ball out. He's called for a short, but no one around. There's no need to give the short for the foot in the D, as it gives no advantage the way it hit. But Uddingston now just need to just find themselves again. They're 3-0 down in the second quarter. Still a good 7 or so minutes left in this quarter. Obviously still down 10 men, but still an entire half to go. And as we've seen from the ladies the past 2 days, that anything can happen across the game. I apologise for any language that is caught by the mics throughout the game.
I think players are very passionate about the game, which is great, and yeah, it can just boil over into some comments on pitch. I think we're all guilty of a little bit of outburst every now and again.
Game there, just trying to find the ball though.
I think it's gone over the fence.
Yeah, it's going over the fence, but time's not been stopped. Just letting time play. I think now has been though.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of confusion. I think someone thought there was a ball on the sideline or something that they could just replace it with, and maybe didn't realise it had gone over the fence.
Back we go, Green with the ball, trying to find Andy Dock on his right hand. Uddingston starting to see tempers fray a wee bit. Not want to be 3-0 down early in the game, but needing to keep their head. Still a long way to go. Clydesdale trying to get a wee bit physical there, but umpires rightly calling that back.
Uddingston just need to get back to the kind of hockey they were playing in quarter one, because the link-up play was good. They were attacking down the right-hand side. They were getting the circle entries and the opportunities to then start to connect through there. And it's just trying to find that rhythm, find that momentum, connect with a few passes, get your feel back into the game, and then you can start kind of looking for other things to then help move this game forward from a Uddingston perspective. Yeah,
tempo is important, especially so early in the game, but the biggest thing as well is keeping the head here. Even though they're 3-0 down, you know that you can always bring it back, especially when it's got so much time. Team just need to work together and keep communicating. In the foul there, 25 by Wilson. Now just making their way into the deep onto Clydesdale sticks. Clydesdale now looking to get himself out of danger. Mamat trying to make a nuisance of himself there. Instead, Mamat sees himself getting a card, it seems. If the umpire.
The umpire's just locating his card. Yeah, it looks like a green.
Yeah, I'd guess it. Unsure what colour that card was. Lights kind of made that.
Yeah, I think just because it blended in with the dark behind, I think it looked like a green to me. I think yellow would be a bit more obvious to see, so I think it's a green.
Yeah. We'll find out as the game goes on, we'll see. But I think it's a game back in 10 minutes. Clydesdale make their way into the D. Again, that player back post allows Clydesdale to get their 4th goal in this half. Takes it to 4-0 to Clydesdale. That player just on the back post, able to knock it in around Nick. Left mostly unmarked by Uddingston.
Yeah, I think that's the second goal in this quarter that Clydesdale have scored once Uddingston have got a call out quite quickly after the card's been given.
Yep.
So they've definitely taken the most of that player advantage and just capitalising on Uddingston in that process of just kind of resetting and making sure they get people into the right places with that card happening. So they've definitely made the most of that on 2 occasions so far.
Clydesdale especially able to make good use of the kind of confusion around the card. Able to move players around, I think, best. You saw it in the first one where there was a bit of confusion about what was going on with the card, and Clydesdale were able to make their way up so quickly. And you saw that again there, that Clydesdale just able to capitalise on Uddingston's kind of trying to sort themselves out from kind of losing a player to the card. Just takes 4-0 with only around 3 minutes left here or so. Our clock obviously not being the most accurate with a couple of stoppages in time, but not long left in this first half of this cup match. Uddingston just in the back foot here. That ball just bounces over Graham's stick. We saw it plenty in the last game, we're seeing it plenty in this game. Just lots of ball just bobbles across sticks and hard to control for the defenders. Just puts a wee bit more pressure on them as Clydesdale now just transfer this ball all the way across the far side of the pitch. Looking for this area into deep man. Clydesdale just then losing the foul there though. 16 for Uddingston. Tried looking the quick ball here into the middle. So a wee bit more space with Clydesdale stepping deeper. Stephen just making sure to shout to play the drop ball. It's rushing and losing. Jed able to find Callum. Darach on that far side, just a wee bit too much on the touch. Allows Clydesdale now to kind of make a counter. Jed there though to break up the play a wee bit and allow Uddingston to step back. Clydesdale though, sending players deep through into RD. Again, this player left alone, left hand side, able to play link up. Oh, that's ball's just deflected off onto the face. That's not something you want to see at all.
No, and any contact with the face, just got to stop time. Just to make sure the player's okay, and obviously Stephen still down at the moment, so hopefully it's not too serious.
Best bit there, umpire able to call time as soon as the ball hit the face.
This temporary stoppage in play, just allowing both teams to just have a little bit of a re-huddle and just kind of a bit of a reset, just as we continue to make sure Stephen's okay.
Yeah, definitely starting to see tempers fray there. Obviously, Clydesdale just 4-0 up already. Just looking for something else, but ball there. It's just pulled across the D and it's just deflected up into Stephen's face. So time stopped.
Indeed.
Just to allow
he's up to his feet now, which is good. As we can see on screen, we've got Ben Young on screen, who passed his level 1 umpiring yesterday, which it's always good to have more umpires in the club. So congratulations, Ben.
Welcome to the dark side. Is that a good way to put it?
Indeed. But no, it's good that members of the club are getting involved in the umpiring and coaching side of things, and in particular when I think obviously Ben's one of the junior players at the club as well, so actually getting people kind of engaged in the umpiring coaching process a little bit earlier, rather than just when you retire from playing. So it's great that our young players are competent and confident to kind of pick up the whistle or pick up the coaching board and kind of give those things a go. But so looks like Stephen's just made his way off.
Stephen's just off the pitch. I think Emma and Harry came along just to take him off and make sure he's doing all right. I never want to see a player hit in the face, especially during mid-game. But back now. Obviously, time has stopped, so the clock on the other TV stream is very much not correct anymore. Time haven't stopped for a couple of minutes now, so it's still obviously a wee bit left in this quarter. But we resume play with a short corner for Clydesdale here.
First corner of the game, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it's the first corner of the game, yeah. Well played there, actually didn't realise. Time restarted now. Just inject the ball for a drag.
That's a fantastic running line.
Is that Callum running out? Ooh. I thought it came clean off stick, but umpire closest to us is Seam Best and has called for a new short corner. But that's time on this half anyway. But the short corner will still be played out. Just allows the rest of the Clydesdale team to step forward. We'll see if it change or if they'll go for the flick again. Change into left slip. Clydesdale still with the ball. Nick with a save again. Finn able to put his stick in the way though and stop that ball. And with that, it's the end of the first half. It remains 4-0 to Clydesdale here in this Scottish Cup match. 4 very well worked goals for Clydesdale. Definitely Uddingston be wanting to try and refine their rhythm, especially now with our captain. I hope is doing well. Not in the game. Let's have a quick look through the highlights, hopefully, of the goals that we saw. Slight technical issues, we'll get to them at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think if we just go back right to the end of the game, 2 penalty corners. Obviously, Really good line by Callum. Here we go. Let's have a look at some highlights before I carry on talking.
First goal again. Just getting lovely slow motion here. It's makes it a bit more interesting.
I can really think of it about this from a technical point of view, but you can see there the player who scores is just kind of goes into the back post.
Themselves, yeah. There's not much marking, but definitely fantastic run coming off that baseline, able to get that ball in. But yeah, Uddingston here just be trying to motivate themselves back up. It's definitely you were seeing in that as Stephen was receiving treatment. There was a bit of frustrations going from both teams. I think that's just a kind of testament to it being a cup match, but definitely that Uddingston are still wanting to have a fight in this game. Obviously being on the back foot by so far.
Yeah, and I think as I said just before, we started to look at a couple of little bits of highlights. Uddingston defending 2 penalty corners quite solidly actually. Callum running a great line, just to have hit a body part on the way through, but then kind of in that little slip routine. Couple of good saves in there by Nick, a good bit of defensive work in there. Maybe that can start to be that little bit of catalyst and that kind of drive to kind of kickstart the Uddingston kind of fight back. Yeah,
really good run from Callum. That first penalty corner, just I think especially when you've just seen one of your own players get a ball to the face, to then be able to run towards a ball being flicked at you, it is something else to be able to do. So I think great from him to see a young player running out and stopping the ball, and then obviously again with Finn cleaning that ball and a couple of good saves from Nick as well in that second shot to keep the ball away. But I guess with the time we've got spare, I guess we've just got to think like we've now got another half to go. What will Tom be trying to get the team talked to about?
I think it's getting back to kind of what happened in quarter one, where they had a lot of ball, a lot of opportunities, being able to play into space, being able to connect. Just in that kind of second quarter, it looks like a couple of players were getting a bit flat-footed, allowing the Clydesdale player to jump in front and get a touch, get a niggle. So actually, they haven't been able to maybe have as free-flowing of a performance in Q2 from the on-the-ball perspective. I think they'll be kind of just discussing probably a little bit around discipline as well as second card from Uddingston. So just making sure that actually, if we're going to fight back into this game, it's a case of making sure that. And we kind of call them no silly cards. So it's kind of making sure that we don't have any of those, but it's actually get back to playing the style of hockey that happened in quarter one, where it was a little bit more free flowing, moving the ball, being able to create those circle entries, and that will ultimately come with the opportunities. And then just in that transition, just make sure that actually everybody's working behind the ball, everybody's supporting the team effort from a defensive point of view, because that's just as key as the stuff like goal saving tackle or goal saving save. But they're just as valuable as putting it in the back of the net at the other end.
Yeah, Clydesdale to get us underway in the second half. I'll say thank you everyone who has joined us here on UDDY TV for both these games. Both been entertaining games, even if this one isn't going the way of Uddingston. For a neutral, has been end-to-end very entertaining to watch. Clydesdale to get us underway though for this second half that Uddingston will be wanting to hopefully get a couple of goals out.
Yeah, it looks like Uddingston are still down a player, so it must have been a yellow card rather than a green in quarter two.
I was unsure. I thought I could see it as yellow, but with the umpire wearing bright yellow and it being dark, I was my eyesight is not that fantastic, so I could not really tell.
No, I don't think that mine's that great anyway, so I'll probably need to go for an eye test at some point.
I mean, my glasses are sitting over there because they got my nerves in the last game, so we're just going for bloody vision here. But we see just Uddingston trying to transfer this ball into the fence, just trickles away from Callum Darrach's stick. Allows Clydesdale now to be on the front foot here. Just that hit, a wee bit raised, but ball was all the way off back of the baseline. Just again, though, you're seeing Clydesdale just set themselves back, not setting themselves too high with their press that we've seen from other teams before. Just allows Uddingston here to play the ball a wee bit more around the back. As McGregor comes under a bit of pressure there in the middle, just playing that central defensive midfielder as he is there, top of the or bottom of the diamond if that's the case.
So Uddingston are now back up to 11. Mamat's just come back on after after that card.
And as Uddingston are back to 11, Alex gets taken down. It seems to be a Clydesdale player possibly getting a card as well. Another yellow card.
I could see the colour of that
yeah,
one.
we can see the colour of that one. That's how we're saying that one. Yellow card being given to number 26 of Clydesdale. Just now, Uddingston possibly need to capitalise on this. We've seen Clydesdale score 2 goals in very quick succession after Uddingston have gained cards. Uddingston now need to make use of this. Clydesdale being a man down. Uddingston making their way into the D, but again under Clydesdale stick. Clydesdale now just running themselves out of the 25, winning the foul in the middle of their middle of the half.
And this is where Uddingston now have the player advantage for 5 minutes. This is where on the ball, it's looking for those 2v1s, looking to isolate players, because obviously when you've got parity in numbers, it's quite easy to pick up kind of man for man, player for player. But obviously when you're down a player in the way that Clydesdale have been pressing, gaps are going to start to appear because you've got one player less in that press. So it's a case of Uddingston being able to find those spaces and execute good basics in those key moments.
Yeah, Clydesdale here just playing this ball around the back, inviting a foul from Uddingston. I wouldn't have actually said that ball ever actually went out the pitch, but umpires called it. And Uddingston now Mamat to make his way into the D, now just looking for an outcome. Uddingston still on the ball though. Ben Young still with the ball, winning the short corner. First short for Uddingston here. And the second of the game. Well, third if you count the 2 we got in a row.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think the umpires are just controlling this game, and I think they've been controlling it quite well so far. Actually, as you can tell, tempers are flaring a little bit, and I think our 2 umpires have done a good job at managing that so far.
Yeah, definitely. It's all about kind of the communication between the umpires and the players, especially this when players are getting a wee bit frustrated. It's just making sure it's clear that keeping them calm and explaining decisions as best possible, especially when you've got players just being a wee bit mouthy sometimes. But umpires definitely done a good job to keep the game under control as much as possible. Again, Clydesdale have changed their keeper for this quarter. See, ball brought out for Jed off the foot of a Clydesdale player. And that one's going to hurt. You just see him go down like that.
Yeah, originally I thought it hit the ankle just why he was grabbing his ankle and going down, but then
I thought the same. I thought it was ankle at first as well, but shouts from the sideline are it's come off knee.
I think I can tell from his body movement, it definitely hit his leg.
Yeah,
there's no argument it hit his stick.
As soon as you saw him, as soon as you saw the ball hit, you were sure it hit something.
Yeah, I think it might hit knee, but if he's not closer, because it's again a bit one of those intricate rules where you have to be within 2 yards for it to be deemed dangerous. So if you're a little bit further back and it hits you, then it's just another shot on target, and therefore it's just another corner.
Yeah, that's why I will never run out in a short corner. You're just seeing coaches having a wee word. Umpires, as we were saying, just trying to keep control of the game, talking to the coaches, just asking to be left to umpire. It's obviously a lot of split-second decisions have to be made while you're umpiring, and if you've seen one thing, and that's the way you've seen it, you can't really change how you've seen. We'll see again, short corner here for Uddingston's. Time just restarts. Finn to pull the ball out. Jed to flick, but the ball just does not stay in the stick well enough. Forrest Uddingston just give the way a stick tackle, apologies, and allow Clydesdale to win back the ball. Just Uddingston not able to use those short corners as they would.
Yeah, Jed making sorry to interrupt. Jed making a really nice contact with his first flick, and obviously got the reward off the back, and he just didn't quite connect with that one. And then just a little bit frantic, just try and win that ball back from the team at the top. So
it just seems to kind of slipped off the kind of at the top of the stick, and Unfortunately, in the kind of rush of trying to get the ball, you've then just given away a stick tackle, which is unfortunate, but it's a shame. Finn there, I'd say, possibly lucky not to have had a foul called against him for the elbow in his back, just for the kind of physicality of it all. But umpire's letting it play, but Clydesdale regaining the ball again. Ball just danced out that left-hand side. No.
Yeah. Again, just umpire just having a chat with, obviously, it looks like Finn has stepped in with Stephen being off the pitch.
Yeah, you just kind of saw there, it was like a bit of a twist of sticks with the Clydesdale player then trying to push the Uddy player away, and that's unnecessary in the first place, but then there's no need then to kind of react to each other. Just umpire there. Jamie just asking for the teams to get themselves in, have a chat with each other, just calm the game down. There isn't a need for physicality and anger in hockey, so you just need to calm it down and relax a wee bit more.
I think Jamie's been controlling this game really well from an umpiring perspective, actually. These conversations sometimes is knowing when to do them, and I think obviously a good bit of physicality in the first half, and now it's starting to boil over a bit. This is where he's starting to have those conversations, and it's great to see a game being so well managed.
More than anything, it's clear communication. He's making sure that he's telling exactly what he wants, and so you need for the umpire so that teams know what to do. Ball being struck very cleanly from the Clydesdale player, just unfortunate not to land onto a stick, and now he's just see Uddingston reset themselves back up here around the back.
As we can see, Uddingston are starting to look to stretch the pitch a little bit now, with Clydesdale still being that player down.
Still down, yeah. That's time was stopped for so long that in my head the card had finished. But see Uddingston now just getting himself around the D here, just trying to find an outcome. But again, not able to come off a stick. It's wanted in the D. It's another lost ball. Uddingston just now allows Clydesdale to slow this game down again and set himself back up for 16. I feel there's a lot of positives you could take from the kind of movement Uddingston are having around the D. When they get into the D, it just feels like a bit of a struggle.
Absolutely, there's definitely. I think they're starting to play the hockey that they were playing in quarter one and being able to connect a little bit cleaner, kind of going towards circle. And as we kind of talked about kind of earlier on, it's then that next bit in terms of when it gets into the circle, kind of are people leading onto it, are people trapping it, and at the moment there's just a few balls that are kind of just being played through, and they're just kind of going for 16s. But yeah, they'll definitely be buoyed by, like, I don't think Clydesdale have entered the circle for on the Uddingston side yet, so they'll definitely be buoyed and actually starting to kick into that performance and being able to kind of get a foothold back in this game. Yeah,
Jedi were there to make use of the 16, played the ball up the line, coming off a Clydesdale stick, allowing Uddingston to set up for a long corner here, but that ball bobbles again for Graham's stick, and now Clydesdale are back to 11 men. Even game again as Uddingston transfer this ball around. Now calm, just looking to get around this baseline here, trying to find an outcome, but unable to again. Off to a Clydesdale stick, and Clydesdale now alleviate themselves off their pressure, but straight off that far sideline. Uddingston just unable to seem to be finding a rhythm when they get further up the pitch, but defence able to play the ball around a wee bit more with each other. Just needing to now get those next connections. A good run from Callum Darragh along the baseline, but just now needing to find that outcome in the D. Just now needing a wee bit of support. To pull it back to defence, but Clydesdale players sitting high. Lovely ball through the middle, but Craig Spears just kind of pushed off the line a wee bit by the Clydesdale defender. Well defended, I think, especially. In a way that was clean enough not to be a foul. Now Clydesdale able to inject their turn of pace here down this left-hand side. Alex McDyer and Luke trying to work together. Clydesdale just pulling the ball back. Now to come out this right-hand side. Pass not working for them. Just lands onto Max Strachan's stick. Allowing him to play back to Jed and up to Mamat. Mamat just needs to find the next play. Clydesdale defender on the floor. Able though to take it off the sideline. Mamat making use of the player not being 5 from him. Now just needing to find this next outcome. And he does, winning the short corner, which Clydesdale don't seem to be the happiest with, but other umpire agrees. Both umpires signalling for a short corner. Just Uddingston now need to find an outcome from this short.
Yeah, and it was well recognised, but the space by Mamet actually recognising that the Clydesdale player wasn't 5, so he's going to carry through, and then actually the spacing behind, nice little 1v1 elimination, and then managed to get in the corner on the, I think it was the second 1v1 situation that he had as well.
Fantastic run, especially just making that lead straight into the D, making sure that he's taken out about 2 defenders by doing that, and then able not only that, just to find the kind of coax the defenders in and win the foot off them inside the D. Kind of really smart hockey that he played there.
Yeah, and just kind of going back to the point where we're just talking about kind of just that physical presence in the circle from Clydesdale from a defensive point of view. That's something they've done really well, and just kind of owning that defensive space.
Again, to flick. Mamet trying to go for the deflection that we've seen before. Just deflecting over the goal. Allowing more positive though, after the short corner, able to at least get the ball moving off it. Just now needs to start working towards that all-important goal. Just about halfway through this quarter, obviously our time not fully correct to a couple of stoppages that we've had, but we're just over halfway through this quarter. Both teams at full strength after the cards that we've seen. Uddingston now just deep into their own half, trying to find these next passes. A massive gap here though between the defence and the attackers for Uddingston. Doesn't seem to be much movement from the attacks. You're seeing the leads coming from Craig Spears further at the pitch, but no one on lines yet. Luke Gemmell able to make this lead. Of course, Clydesdale put a stick on it. I think it's winning more of a sideline just in that far corner. Again, we're just trying to invite a foul in, able to win a foot off the Clydesdale player, allowing him to get himself back into D and better player to take the free hit. Just trying to dance around these players, but struggling inside, gives a foul away, and Clydesdale now able to reset himself back up, take the pressure off themselves and reset.
Yeah, it looks like Uddingston have changed slightly on their outlet kind of shape in terms of they're starting to commit more numbers, trying to stretch the game and kind of open the space up a little bit more now, because I think previously they were sending 2 or 3 high, and in that last situation they had 4. So they're definitely looking to try and open the space up in the middle and just kind of expose and stretch the Clydesdale defence.
Yeah, Clydesdale. That's the ball far out of the pitch into the cricket nets, but Uddingston there are able to work their way through, taking that quick ball and 2 free hits in succession, and then able to work their way into the D, but that hit from Luke Gemmell just going over the fence and over into the cricket nets. Yeah, another ball that someone will be fetched to go and get at some point. Unfortunately, they're just coming off a Callum Darragh stick. Clydesdale now, they're free hits in the top 5, just looking for an outlet. Into the back. Mamet there, gets a touch on it, but no more than that, allowing Clydesdale now to set himself up in the far sideline. Jed able to make good work to make a stop with that ball, but still Clydesdale. Max trying to find the next pass, but comes off Clydesdale's stick, so alleviates some of that pressure for them.
Yeah, so as we can see by Uddingston here, it looks like they've committed 5 or 6 into the attacking 25 now, looking to really stretch that play and be able to open up some opportunities for connections and kind of some longer balls from the back as well.
Yeah, still trying to play that 3 on the back as well. You're seeing Callum Darragh step up a wee bit more. Clydesdale not 5 yet. It should be a short corner, but there it's been given by the umpire closest to us. Clydesdale just trying to calm down their players here. It's a shout you don't hear very often at hockey.
Has anyone got a spare shoelace?
Yeah. I do, there's one in my car. I think I've got like 3 spare shoelaces, but none of them with me. Sorry, mate. It's not a shout you hear very often at a hockey pitch, if ever. I think me and Gordon have been playing hockey bingo. I think I need to add that to my card at some point.
I'm not sure how often that would get played if that's the case.
Aye, but like it'll be like the bonus space that like.
if you complete that, you complete bingo.
Yeah, basically. Just again.
I dare to ask how many of those words are based on comments that I make during a game, but we'll maybe I'll have to see this bingo card at some point.
Uddingston here though, setting himself up. Time being stopped again.
Because you normally get, I know in international hockey you normally get 40 seconds to set up.
Yep. It's been another yellow card.
But I think when it comes to domestic hockey, I think it's just more about in a timely manner. I think it's normally around the 30-second mark.
Yeah, we aim for 40. At least as an umpire, I know that you aim for it, but a lot of the time it can be quite hard to, because there's a lot. I think especially for like these guys when they're putting a lot more protection on with the strength, some of the flicks are getting hit at them. Definitely, I think umpires can be a bit more lenient, but when you're taking too long, it just becomes time wasting after a while. So that's Clydesdale now down to 10 players. Another yellow card in this game. I think just looking for a different sort of short corner routine, able to put some pressure onto the keeper. Finn picking up the clearance. Now just looking for the next thing. Ball lifted high, but umpires giving it to Clydesdale.
And again, this is where Uddingston can start to make that one-person advantage count. So they've got probably another about 4.5 minutes of being a player up. So it's just, again, trying to find the space and trying to capitalise on what has been a more positive quarter for Uddingston. With, as again, I'm still trying to struggle to think of when Clydesdale have. I think there may be one circle entry from Clydesdale in this quarter. Yeah. Whilst it's been very much kind of an Uddingston attack and trying to get themselves back into this game.
Very similar to the first quarter from an Uddingston perspective. Clydesdale struggling to get some control here of the ball. I mean, Clydesdale here, you can see playing a 5-man defence. It's not something you see often. It's kind of very deep defence there, but again, Uddy on the ball again, still on their own half. Jed just trying to find players on the line, able to work their way up here. Find Luke, Gemmell in the D, just that ball went so a bit too far, but wins Uddy another long corner, but again, it's an outcome that we weren't seeing in the first half. Uddy now just need to make use of this long corner, but Clydesdale now able to make their way up onto this right-hand side now. So Max able to, Max Strachan able to steal that ball. Well won in that thing, now allowing Uddingston to counter-attack. Still more orange players here though, and Uddy players. Max now needing to find this next pass. Alex trying to get it over the Clydesdale player, but able to take control of the game. Oh, Alex here again. No support though from his teammates around him. Well kept in there from Clydesdale player on that far left hand side, allowing Clydesdale now to enter a D for what could be the first time this quarter. Lucky just bouncing over Cameron Mudden's stick. Now Ben Wilson taking up this line, trying to get a foul, but Clydesdale strong in getting the next and continue towards the Uddingston D. With that, end of the third quarter. Still remains 4-0 to Clydesdale. A more positive quarter though for Uddingston. Just more entries into the D. A couple of short corners as well, but not no goals to show yet.
No, and as we kind of said, that was kind of the story of Q1, and they came into that kind of 1-0 down. So actually, from an Uddingston perspective, it was definitely more connected. There was definitely more opportunities. Clydesdale getting the last circle entry right at the end with a lovely bit of commitment from a Clydesdale player on the sideline just to keep it in play, and actually it ended up being quite a nice little through ball to the left-hand side. But yeah, I think Uddingston will be happy with how they're playing in terms of being a bit more connected, being able to create those opportunities going forward. But now we said, as we kind of said right at the start, it's more about how do they now connect in the circle, and we started to see a couple of corners being one, which is great, and I think they'll probably be looking at how they connect a little bit more on ball, and kind of see where Q4 can go.
Again, there was as well that final entry that you saw from Clydesdale. The player at the back was not marked fully. Had he been able to get a touch on it, possibly could have been another goal for Clydesdale. The ball just obviously bobbling over his stick on the pitch. But Clydesdale, even though they weren't having as much success towards the D as they had in the previous half, still looking very threatening on the attack.
Absolutely. I think the way that Clydesdale are attacking, I think we just saw it earlier when actually we then had a breakaway going the other way, but they will commit numbers to the attack, which makes those connections a little bit easier. And as we saw then, I think it was one of the Uddingston defenders was on the line between the person on the ball and the defender at the back, and just that little skip just makes it a little bit harder to read, a little bit harder to pick up, and it's just nearly found its way to that person at the back post. But yeah, just as we kind of talked about, there was a comment about asking for a shoelace. It looks like the other person, the Clydesdale player asked, is now finally got himself a shoelace. So so he's now got 2 shoes ready for Q4.
I guess biggest thing here for Uddingston coming into this fourth quarter's mentality. You can see heads did go down a wee bit in that kind of final half of that quarter there. I think frustration stepping in when nothing really seems to be going Uddingston's way in the attacking quarter, and a couple of cards that have been coming against them as well. So I think there's a mentality of this game that's going to have to stay for the fourth quarter in order to not lose more goals and try and get a couple on the board from Uddingston's perspective. But definitely going to be an interesting final quarter to this game. And again, thank you everyone for joining us here on this lovely Sunday evening as it approaches 6 o'clock. It's got nice and dark here, but weather today a lot better than it was yesterday. I can safely say that one.
I can attest to that. But yeah, so this is the last quarter for our gents ones before they go indoor. So this is the last quarter of the outdoor programme. So they want to finish on a high. Obviously, if they can get 4 goals in the quarter, brilliant. Take it to a shootout, or even 5 and take the win. But even it's just a case of actually use this as a platform to then build, because these are the bits that you then remember when you go into the off season and the indoor season rather. And
Mamat there receiving red card when he was on the floor. He's swung his stick on the Clydesdale player. Red card coming to him from the umpires. Not something Uddingston want in this fourth quarter at all. Uddingston now just restart the game. Here now just looking for something. Now they're a man down for the rest of this quarter. Ben Wilson just trying to find his way here through the 25. Just coming up through 6. Andy Dock getting control of the ball. Freeing the D to get a shot away. Getting the goal. Well worked there by It's a goal? Yeah, it's a goal. It was a bit of confusion. I wasn't actually sure what was going on. Well worked goal. Hit in there from Andy Dock for it to be tapped in. think by Craig Spears there, which is good teamwork play. Now Uddingston able to bring it to 4-1.
Absolutely, and it was a lovely little deflected finish. A little bit of dancing on the top circle by Wilson, and I think probably the footwork that you probably see on Strictly. But no, it was
He's been
lovely.
watching, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. A nice little bit of dancing, be able to create, and that's what we were talking about. Those connections into the circle. When you get the people in the right places and be able to do something like that, then these are the things that are going to start swinging the momentum in the course of the game.
Yeah, really good as well from Andy Dock to kind of recover the ball, because obviously Ben being tackled, the ball went loose. Andy was able to get control of it, chase ball after, get a good clean hit on it for Craig to knock it in. Especially coming off the back of just losing to a red card. Fantastic to see Uddingston able to bounce back, but still a long time left in the final quarter here. We've seen plenty of attacking from Uddingston, just to continue to work from that first goal of the game for them.
And I think we're now just seeing Clydesdale are now back to 11 after the yellow card that was sustained towards the end of Q3. So now Uddingston will be just playing with a player less now for the remainder of the game.
Ball bounces towards Ben Young here, attacking 25, able to win the foul. Finn looking for either Callum or Ben at the back. Callum must be having a bit of a nosebleed being that far up the pitch.
Indeed. But you can see the confidence coming through in Uddingston now that they've got that one goal back. They believe they can get the next one and the next one. And I think Clydesdale are just looking to touch rocks at the moment. So they just need to compose themselves a little bit, whilst Uddingston are looking to hopefully maintain this advantage and this kind of pressure that they're putting on the Clydesdale backline in particular.
Yeah, that mentality we spoke about, that's kind of the key thing here that's going to start coming into the game as we see Cameron able to work his way, man free, top of the D. He's got two around him, but man back post. Nick able to parry the ball away, and Jed just hits the ball away, but onto another Clydesdale stick. Clydesdale just now taking time, taking the ball, bounces through the middle. Franny Doctor just managed to clear it towards Ben Wilson, who's now looking for a pass just that wee bit further forward to Finn's stick. Finn now trying to make his way towards D. Just trying not to lose to a foul, but the ball goes Clydesdale's way. That ball now, it's all the way off the back. Clydesdale still, even with Uddingston man downs, sitting quite deep on their press, still not pushing too high, wanting to obviously keep the lead as it is, but allows Uddingston defence just to walk the ball up a wee bit more without the pressure. Calm getting the ball on left hand side, just needing to camp a wee bit, unfortunately just losing the ball under pressure. Clydesdale trying to start quickly, trying to get the ball moving, but it's not going their way. Clydesdale now getting himself into the D. Umpire playing advantage for the foot. Comes off Clydesdale's stick and into the goal. Takes Clydesdale to 5. Really well worked. Ball down that left hand channel along the D and into the goal of Uddingston. All that stemming from that kind of foul at the halfway line. Just the ball transferred round, then played down that line. Just makes Uddingston's job that wee bit harder, but Clydesdale now sitting quite happily at 5-1.
Yeah, and the attacking movement from Clydesdale there is just what we saw at the end of quarter 3 as well, kind of attacking down that left-hand side, crabbing along the baseline. Definitely something that's coming into kind of hockey a little bit more is in terms of how you attack the left-hand side. It's quite easy to attack down the right in terms of everything being on open stick, but
Uddingston though quick to win next short corner, and Doc just attracting the attention of the Clydesdale defence to manage to just get a couple of stick tackles against them. Umpire awarding an easy short corner for Uddingston here. just trying to capitalise quickly off the goal of Clydesdale. I want to get something a wee bit more from this one.
Absolutely, and I think if you want to bounce back, if you score off this would be a good way to do it. Obviously, winning a corner quite quickly after conceding. But yeah, if Uddingston can slot this in, get it back to 5-2 again, 3 goals with probably over 10-11 minutes left on the clock. I think there's always time. What's the famous phrase? It only takes a second to score a goal.
Definitely.
So there's definitely opportunities left in this game.
You see, Clydesdale haven't changed their keeper this quarter. Just noticed that. The ball goes towards top D, slipped left to Jed for a flick. Unfortunately, just straight into the pads of the keeper. Now for a hit. Just going over top of the goal. Clydesdale now able to just take their time. Peak 4 goes ahead. There's no rush for them to sort these 16s out. That ball fired up that left hand side for Clydesdale. Just unfortunately a missed trap from the Clydesdale player. Now Graham Haxton with the ball on that far sideline. Manages to find Luke just in drop, but Luke's able to find Ben. It's not Ben, I apologise, it's Max, and unfortunately just not the trap that he was looking for there. It's Clydesdale just to regain possession here. That ball just went straight at the back for Clydesdale. Again, no looking for these long balls to their forwards. Forwards just not got the legs there. Being quite late in the game, it's just a wee bit too far forward for them.
Yeah, as you can see, Uddingston is starting to get those people in those pockets of spaces that we talked about in the circle, and yeah, just an unfortunate mistouch by Max there. But those are the kind of spaces that we're definitely looking to exploit now in this final quarter to try and get themselves back into this game.
Yeah, Uddingston now just trying to find a turn of pace there in the middle, but again just finding Clydesdale sticks. Trying to dance through here into 25. Defend stick in the D, and just not getting enough on that. Not able to defend the foul, but still working around into this corner. But Uddingston able to win the sideline ball here in this far left channel. Unlucky not just to collect there and bend stick. That doesn't look comfortable for Jed there, just slipping on the pitch. Further up. Time being stopped again during this game. Just while Jed's down and kind of awaiting a wee bit of treatment. He's back up on his feet. Seems to be hopefully a wee bit alright.
Yeah, it just looked like he just landed a bit uncomfortably
Yeah.
after the tackle. Nothing wrong with the tackle itself. It was just more. I think it was just kind of.
I think it's a bit of speed and trying to stop at the same time. He was just kind of slipped in the pitch and went down, but back on his feet and back running around. I know his mum's watching from Northern Ireland. I'm sure she'll be happy that he's back up. It's Clydesdale now able to capitalise on a bit of a loose ball here and work their way into the D, looking to get that quick shot away. Lucky just to go a wee bit wide. Well connected with though. That ball just bouncing it along.
Yeah, it looks like Jed's still moving a little bit uncomfortably actually after going down just a short while ago. So.
Bit of a dangerous ball being played across the D here, but look able just to recover it a wee bit more. Just now looking for next pass to get themselves out of their defending D. Under a lot of pressure here. Well worked to get out. Just not coming off Bensick again, correct. And Clydesdale to regain a wee bit more possession, forcing Uddy onto the back foot. Jed there able to just collect that ball. Just try and outlet it out of this 25, but Clydesdale just able to steal a wee bit of possession there. Now Max. And Wilson just losing to the foul there. Just running straight into Clydesdale players. Ball raised quite high, going towards Uddingston way. Not 5. There we go. Again, another Uddingston ball. Jed there, just managing to pick out Graham on that right hand side. He would take it down nicely. Now just trying to get himself around these players. And the Doherty there to help him again. Just trying to run this baseline a wee bit more. Just try and find an outcome into the D. Andy Dock able to win well, able to win another short corner off the foot of a Clydesdale player. So their D now just with just under half this quarter to go. We're looking for just another wee goal to take from this quarter. Again, Clydesdale just taking their time to set themselves up here in the defensive short. Tom asking if time to stop, but still running. Clydesdale just taking a wee bit of time to get himself set up. Max injecting here. Again, same routine. A nice deflection there. A slap from Finn. A good deflection off. Clydesdale trying to waste time, but time was very quickly stopped by umpire closest to us.
No, well worked penalty corner between there by Uddingston. They've been looking for that slip a couple of times, normally to flick off it. But that delivery for the deflection by, I think it was Jed in the end, yeah, as we can see there, yeah, Jed on P-spot. Just deflecting it into the goalie's bottom right corner. Really nice position, nice and low, good flat delivery. And yeah, Uddingston back to within 3.
Yeah, brings us to 5-2 Clydesdale. I think Tom's saying there's only 2 minutes left here. This final quarter and the final half of the outdoor season for the Gents ones. We're looking to see what they can get with these last couple of minutes. Clydesdale able to get their way through here. Man again, unmarked at the top of the D. Just not able to get a shot away though. Looking for the player a wee bit deeper, looking for the reverse strike. Nick able to clear it away over the players, safely away, giving away a foul or short. Just now Clydesdale taking this ball on the sideline. Clydesdale just transferring around the back now, just to play down this right hand side. Straight into Uddingston stick though from that pass from the captain. Ben Young just not able to keep control. Taking the ball a wee bit too high there for the umpire. Able to play that ball through the Uddingston players. Able to invite the foul as well from the Clydesdale. Uddingston able to just regain this possession here. Jed just looking for the options he's got ahead of him. Clydesdale setting themselves really deep here, just to kind of stop the Uddingston ball coming through the middle. Jed here, just trying to dance his way through the Clydesdale players. Still got control of the ball here. Into the D, just bounces away from him though. Uddingston able to regain possession in the last part of the game. Ball just needing to be brought back here by Uddingston. Transferring the ball around the back. Just leads out wide on the right hand line for Ben Wilson. Ben Wilson trying to run with the ball. Just loses it, the Clydesdale defender. Still trying to fight to keep it, but Clydesdale just remaining in possession. Clydesdale attacking in numbers here.
Nice little defensive deflection there by Luke Gemmell. Just Clydesdale just overloading the circle a little bit there. Just needed that touch to make sure that there wasn't an easy option on and just give it out for a sideline.
Yeah, just Uddingston again giving away silly fouls, top of the D. Clydesdale though, just looking to take time in the last, not very long left here, so it cannot be long left to try and mount a comeback for Uddingston anyway. Ryan Young still trying to make a nuisance of himself here up the front. It's Clydesdale trying to transfer this ball all the way around. Still making his way through. Uddingston able to win the foul here. Time being stopped again though by the umpires.
Who's he? Just trying to work out who he's speaking to.
It's a card again. Unsure who to. Oh, it's a yellow card to, I think, Andrew Docherty of Uddingston, and a short corner has been awarded.
Yeah, I think it was for the tackle just outside the circle where we just saw the Clydesdale player go down. Umpire on the far side of the judge that it was kind of a bit of a deliberate intent, but. And
with that, the short will be last play of the game, allowing the Clydesdale players all to come up for the short. Uddingston would just take a wee bit more time to set themselves up now. Tom making an important call of don't get injured with time stopped, and it's obviously been right before. Tom just calling the rest of the team across as well before the start of this short corner. Ball going wide from the Clydesdale player, and that is the end of the game. Not the result I don't think Uddingston would have been looking for here, but just sum up your thoughts here for this game.
Yeah, I think, as I said, I think especially in Q1 and Q3, I think Uddingston were definitely playing some really nice stuff on the ball, creating some opportunities, in particular down the right hand side and getting into the circle, and that's kind of where Uddingston been really good this season. So then, as we saw kind of a bit later stage start, then upgrading by getting shots on target and winning corners. And yeah, they'll be disappointed, and they'll go into their indoor season looking to probably reflect on this game, but then also looking to focus on indoor for a little bit, and then be able to, I think in National 2, be able to focus on that, try and get promotion out of that, and then also come back for the key important game, the last league game before the split, which I believe they have ESM for. So I believe if they win that and other results go their way, there's an opportunity for the Gents to finish top 6, which will be probably in the forefront in the mind. And then obviously after this, losing this cup tie, they'll enter the plate. So there's still knockout hockey for our Gents ones, and then just wait to see who they get drawn in the plate competition.
Yeah, not the result that we're looking for, but positives to be taken from some of the plays in those quarters. Obviously, full highlights from this game will be on our YouTube channel during the week, with bits put on our socials throughout the time. Obviously, if you want to follow our social media accounts, it's @UDDY on our Instagram, our Twitter, and our new TikTok account, and it's Uddingston Hockey Club on our Facebook. And I think all that's left for me to say is a massive thank you to Emma for our commentary in our last game, and Gareth for joining me for this game. And with this being the end, I hope everyone has a good rest of their December and towards Christmas and the New Year. And yeah, Thank you all for watching.